Yes, I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. Woo! No, wait, that's not something to share. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I got slightly distracted by some of the things I needed to do. I'm here now. It's fine. It's fine. Nobody panic. I'm allowed to panic. No one else is allowed to. No one else. I mean, you can panic if you want to, but you shouldn't need to. Yeah. Right. So, Orwell is a. What the fuck? Why is my keyboard wobbling? Right, Orwell is a game. That's not a game, that's a JPEG. Where you are a government employee who's been given access to an awesomely high concept security system called Orwell. Roll credits! Basically, I've seen a little bit about it, so I know a little bit of how the gameplay works. I don't really know anything of the story, because I'd watched Nightwhite's play this for about 15 minutes, decided I want to play this, and stopped watching so I didn't spoil anything for myself. So, yeah, that's basically that. On with the show! Oh, fuck, it isn't a show. Empty profile. Do I have to give myself a name? Well, that's because... well, you know, that's my name. You have been selected for the Orwell test phase. Please create a profile. You suit me. It's the hair, which gives it away. Next step. Optionality, your mail address will allow you to inform me about updates in your case. Excuse me one sec. I will enter an email address, but I'm not going to put it on. I'm not sure why I'm not going to put it on stream, because it's like literally on my Twitter profile, but whatever. Hey 3G, good afternoon, welcome. How are you doing today? Liking this soundtrack so far, just like to say that. Please agree to the following terms. I am aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of citizens of the nation. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best... I am good at judging objectively because I'm an asshole and don't care about people. While working, I will adhere to the laws and jurisdiction of the nation. Yeah, okay, I suppose I'll agree to that. I am good at the whole objective thing. Thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. Your registration is now complete. Do these agents work from home? Freedom Plaza. Oh, that's reassuring. I've never seen something called Freedom Plaza anywhere in a good nation. Ah, no record found. Shoot them! Seriously, did you ever see anywhere called Freedom anything like that? Anywhere that wasn't a dictatorship? Seriously, that doesn't happen. Oh wait, no record found means they're not guilty of anything. Okay, right, sorry, I thought this meant no record as in we don't have a clue who they are. Hey, Astracat Freitag, good afternoon. Boom. Boom. Called it. Freedom! Now in glorious Technicolor. Episode 1. The clocks were striking 13. Hi, Symes. You're online. Good. Yes, just is. Call me Symes. Okay. I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together we will form both the first and last line of defence. Hey, hemp. Hemp? Hey, hemp. Hello. Oh, fuck that multi-link. Hey, though you should also go and check out Fridge, he's an awesome streamer. Together we will form both first and last lines of terrorism, lines of defence against terrorism. I feel that 2 people is a bad number of people to be fighting an entire war on terror. For this test phase, you're one of the first people to try out your role system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants from across the globe, not across the nation. I find that interesting. What the fuck is this doing now? What? No, don't. Now Chatty's going crazy. Why is it? Why? Okay, never mind, I don't care. Whatever. Normally congratulations to be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident. So let's get started. I've activated the reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, The National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. Wait! Congratulations, Astragar. We're part of the intelligence service of this country, and we're relying on the newspapers to explain to us what has happened. Fine. The National Beholder headlines: Bomb obliterates. Well, I was trying. Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profile. Open the unknown person file once you've done. I was browsing. I stream at 1080 normally, don't I? What do I stream at? Yeah, 1080 30 FPS, that's what I normally stream at. So it should be going out of that. If I'm assuming if you're talking about this channel. Right, anyway. Interesting, okay. I know, it's possible that I changed my settings at some point and forgot. But, yeah, whatever. I'll look later. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. Freedom! 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Authorities received strange letter. 7:50 PM Wednesday evening. Explosion device detonated at Freedom Plaza in Bonton. Bonton? It wouldn't surprise me either. According to official police reports, 3 people were killed and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Yeah, exactly. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirm that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song Die Gedanken sind frei, Thoughts are Free, had reached local authorities. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. JP. Whatever that means. Negotiations in Triflef. International diplomacy. Sweet. Movie shooting completed. That sounds like it's 50 Shades... 100 Grey Shadows, really? Is this a 50 Shades Grey parody, or... Boring. Romance. Sop. Headlines? There's new headlines? That's not a new headline. Cool. Right, relationships, unknown person. Profiler holds all known information on those we investigate. The file you opened is from main suspect. Blue-haired woman, not CCTV for... But they're blue! Blue hair is cool. No stranger to the police. Take a look at the arrest record. I still need to make that notice shorter. Bookmarks. Cassandra Watergate. Okay. Hello. Highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks. Hovering over data chunks reveals their relevance to the case. Any connections or information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from a police database into a profile to upload into our servers. Okay. So, unknown person of interest who we know about. That seems... Oh, your picture as well. That makes sense. Very good. Picture and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information in documents. It can only become a data chunk when it can clearly be assigned to a target person. At the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has just been unlocked, we will need this info to progress. Assault on a police officer. Well, you're a charming person, aren't you? One related document found. A new document can now be accessed. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked a police officer and you'll see what I mean. Well, how do you already know what it means? Because we haven't found the data yet. Just saying. Arresting officer Duncan, Lloyd Duncan at Bonton Central, which sounds like it's probably a thing. Like next to Freedom Plaza. Let's see. Suspect arrested on site after Officer Franklin being struck by an unknown object and became unresponsive. Protesters at the origin of the site forcibly moved. The suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. I'm struggling to understand how that makes her guilty for the assault, to be honest, but okay. Is this woman a terrorist? Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago remains in custody, trial scheduled for August. Yes, of course it was. Simple protester or anti-governmental terrorist? Case that keeps the media and the public guessing. Cassandra W., pictured above, who allegedly injured a police officer severely 2 weeks ago, is still being held in police custody. A young woman is accused of having hit the victim's head with a large brick. Incident occurred during a rampage at Freedom Plaza as a part of a demonstration against the newest amendments to the government's Model Project for Safety Bill. Same location as for the assault, and then she turns up right before the explosion. Still running around freely, we should find out why, gather more background information on her. So hold on, when was this published? This is July 25th. 100 police 2 weeks ago. Wait. Oh no, that was last year, okay. Chaotic nature of the scene, not being able to connect. Crime to the accused, who an artist by profession, has denied the accusations, completely asked her fans to show their support, scheduled for mid-August. Okay. One who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance? Found another document. Before we go, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? So wait. A police officer gets hit in the head by a brick. And she is found basically sobbing to herself, which in no way necessarily indicates guilt. They arrest her because why the hell shouldn't they? And she complies, so she doesn't resist arrest. She doesn't specifically demonstrate any evidence of having actually been trying to brick a police officer. If anything, she showed remorse, which might be why she was, I don't know, she might not have been the one who threw the brick, she might have been throwing it and not intending to hit it. Whatever. She's been released less than a year later. And she's back at the same scene, but the scene also seems to be an essential part of the whole place, so a lot of people are there, I imagine. Okay, just throwing that out there. You extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that the investigators, like yourselves, are the only ones allowed to access the documents of target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators, who will then draw conclusions and request action. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not wish to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. Okay. So let's just take a look through this. Occupation archivist, we don't have any known relationship. With her, you don't know where she lives, don't know when she was born. We know so much about her. How can we not know when she was born? Surely there are birth records or something. Okay, let's close those for now. Previously arrested for assault. We don't know anything else about her there. Okay, that's fine. Cassandra's portfolio. Portfolio, really? Harbouring outstanding art. That's quite funny. I'm Cassie, a colourful inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. Glad you found me. Courage to quit my dull day job, focus on my art career, put my stuff on portfolio. Is that a real website? Find the handpicked selection of my latest works. You can browse through them by clicking the arrows on the left and right side of pictures below. See something you like? Why, of course you do, but it's freaking awesome, isn't it? She's nicely self-confident. That's good. Nice. Leave a message on my YouTube account, Vacassi92, and tell me which piece you'd like. I'm going to make a fine art print and ship it right away to your doorstep. Best thing, free of charge. Now off you go and have fun. Wait, so she ships out her art free of charge? That seems like a that's a bit disappointing. You're under the impression that our wonderful Miss Watergate is, I doubt I'll call it a tradition. Yeah, okay, well, fuck you. Hold on, what's this actually check? I should have checked that, to be fair. What it was actually going to update. Oh, well, because that shows it was updating the address. Never mind. Quit my dull day job to blah. We should find out what that job was. You tell Vacassi92, that's good to have. Chat handle, let us overhear any conversation. Listener has been unlocked, and new conversations will appear whenever they're started. Daughter of entrepreneurs. It'd be nice if we knew who they were, you know, with like birth records or anything. That would be good. In a relationship. Actually meant to be a private piece, but oh well. So she has a relationship, we just don't know who it is. It's complicated. Okay. That's all of the stuff we have for there. Anything new here? No. Listen up. Unknown person. Hey you. Hey Jossie. Jossie, that's her name. Can't seem to find my credit card. I'm assuming you took it, right? No. You got me, Sherlock. No shit, Sherlock. In the middle of buying all of Bonton, of that platinum card I lifted from your desk has a platinum card. Logically should be trackable. Can't stop me now. Luckily, if you don't mind you going on a splurge, as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. So this, unsurprisingly, is her relationshipy person, Jossie, whoever Jossie is. The platinum card. Oh no. No, right, she's dating her attorney. What does Joseph Langley, my fearless attorney, and all-round badass have in mind this time? Probably just a business call. Very serious business. Serious business. Okay. Guess I better pick up shitloads of wine. You'll have to get this client of yours pretty buzzed to handle that business. One bottle should be fine. She's a lightweight. Wow, cold. I guess I shouldn't pick up some of those party pills from Big Pharma, aka my parents then. Okay, so her parents are pharmacy entrepreneurs. Speaking of your parents, when are you going to tell them about us? Maybe gotta go now. Text you later. XOXO. Section closed. Abandoned. Okay, so he doesn't like her parents. I think that much is obvious. Right, so. Stole a credit card. Test that firstly. Profile for related person accessible via profile. Data chunks only appear for targeted persons and can only be extracted into relevant profiles. Okay, that's fine. Daughter of pharmaceutical entrepreneurs. That should narrow it down. Watergate, farmer entrepreneurs. That does ring a bell. Okay, that's good to know. Wait, where did we get Watergate from? Oh wait, no, her last name. Duh! I don't think we care if she stole the credit card, so whatever. Let's see what we can find about him. Nothing. Well, we know his name and what he does, so we got that at least. Okay. Procedure closing raises manipulation suspicions. Investigation for malicious injury of a police officer has been dropped due to lack of evidence. Speculated that the accused parents manipulated the trial. Okay, so her parents got her off. Orwell informs me you just encountered conflicted data chunks. Whenever the contents of two data chunks are at odds with one another, those will be shown as conflicted. When you extract one of the data chunks containing a conflict, the other will become invalid immediately. I'd highly recommend you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed, though this is your decision. Once the information has been passed, there is no way to thing. Okay, what information is the conflict? Oh, those two. Okay, right, so case being closed due to lack of evidence, case might be reopened should new evidence be discovered. Suspect's lawyer, welcome lawyer picture, okay. Why can't we? Okay, no point as ever being any valid evidence my client was guilty at no point at all. Revered defence attorney commented during a post-trial press gathering where defence successfully brought video evidence depicting the incident in question, which eventually turned the tide of the proceedings. Relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing the results, openly voiced their concerns that the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favour. The victim, a father of two sons, was rushed into hospital after the incident in mid-July, where he is still in an induced coma, unresponsive to treatment. The wealthy family could have influenced the outcome, but everything we've seen suggests that she doesn't like her family. Watergate Pharmaceuticals enriches lives of our industry-leading range of products, making an important contribution to your well-being. Mood-elevating medication. Because that always works so well. Small selection of our most popular products. Cough drops, anti-migraine. Increases concentration, cerebral performance. I'll bet that's popular. Arthritic joint pain. Antidepressant to help stabilise your emotions. All-round painkiller that dissolves in water. Soothing pills for good night's rest against occasional sleeping problems. Okay. Now Watergate has been in more than 80 years. Family business. Nation's leading companies area of medicine. Largest medication exporter to all areas of the world. Business Watergate Pharmaceuticals Inc. has been in the hands of the Watergate family. Owning and managing a firm ever since its foundation in 1931. Bruno Watergate, grandson of a founder, working in family business, and founded Central Pharmacy Congress and head of charity foundation Children of Pages, which I'm guessing is a place. I'll get back to that in a sec. Dr. Alice Watergate, co-partner of the firm with her husband Bruno, holds a PhD in biology and chemistry, leads the research and development labs there. Junior Chief Operating Officer. Carrying a family tradition to the next generation, Alice and Bruno's daughter Cassandra will be soon joining. That's a confirmation of who her family is. Keeping it a family affair. But she left and she dyed her hair blue. Is that actually the same person? Documents that you've already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you when that happened. They just published a new article. You may want to take a look. So that's her currently, and that's her before. I can see them being like, is the same person, you know, based on the fact that we're looking at polygons on the screen. I like that art style, wet boy. So she rebelled, changed her hair colour. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I need to go back to that one at some point soon. Crime rates continue to drop. This might be important. Latest numbers on crime statistics. Never before been so few violent crimes. Ministry of Security published a new crime statistic report for the preceding year. Number of recorded criminal offences decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year, continuously declining over the past several years as a result of a safety bill. Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix. Nightbites! Good afternoon. You may recognise this game, Nightbites. I can't imagine why. The person, Catherine Delacroix, appeared very pleased by his numbers, declared an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with recent assault in Bonton, she once again admitted the ambitious goals of the government have not yet been accomplished. AKA saying anything mean about the government, you will be shot. Hold on, isn't this how V for Vendetta started? I am 30 minutes into this game, including the 5-minute intro sequence, Nightbites. Basically. My time spent playing this game is equivalent to the length of the stream. Ambitious goals of the government not yet been accomplished. The mentioned activities currently being established. Considerable impact preventing further things. Safety bill? Yes, still on day one. I should add, this is the first one, not the newer one, that I think you've played. And how is everyone's day? I think I've asked how everyone else is. How are you staying, Nightbites? I think I asked how an Astrocat are. Did I ask how... Everyone in chat, how are you today? Especially if I haven't already asked. Well, I'm just so good at this. Safety-centered laws, statutes, investigative measures, safety bill, page 6 regulations, immigration, general travel, inform employees whenever an application or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise potentially dangerous. Total numbers of crimes and terrorism has been decreasing. Pargus peacekeeping mission. Premature retreat of our troops in Pargus region torn by civil unrest for years by order of the previous government to fix our predecessors' mistakes. Immediately the new party, who's been in power for 8 years now, which is sort of impressive, all things considered. I'm not sure what all those things are, but you know, whatever. Preparation to send our highly reliable soldiers back to safeguard the region. Cool. Distribution of aid packages containing food in addition to other stuffs. Due to recent stabilisation, good things happened. Okay. Headlines. No, we've looked at the headlines. Jobs. Looking for suitable candidates for the following positions: Chief Operating Officer, to replace a retired, formerly appointed predecessor. So Cassandra left then. Many years of work experience, and so she did leave, yeah, because they're recruiting for her position. Also, research internship, and etc. The whole standard thing about. I'm not entirely sure why it irritates me if I don't go all the way back. Projects, we'd looked at that one, hadn't we? Oh, this was the safety bill. There was more to look up there. I'll go through that in a sec. Because her portfolio, quit my dull day job, leaves the company. With a businessman's forgotten daughter. So it wasn't so much that she didn't like her parents. It's that she had no personal relationship with them. Okay. Which would also go well with Big Farm parents when you can tell them about us, and bye, she doesn't want to talk about them. It's not so much that she doesn't like them, it's that she has no personal relationship with them. Okay, projects. Many ways to contribute to nation's success. Becoming involved with a party is a huge one. Donate. Volunteer. Become a member. Join the Army of the Nation. People. Leader. Robert Blaine. I don't like his face. I can't tell. Is that Boris Johnson or Donald Trump? Or is that what happens when Boris Johnson and Donald Trump have a baby? Not sure which is the most terrifying option. Much remarkable visionaries are much leaders of a party in the fourth generation. Surprising death of previous leader. Miss Goddard. Power vacuum. Night Bites! Thank you for the sub. I need to do a sub hype command, don't I? I don't have a sub hype command. I should do one. Thank you, Night Bites. Night Bites is an awesome Night Bites. Thank you. I should do a sub hype command. I don't have a sub hype command. I need to do one. I just said that 4 different times in 3 different ways. Thank you, Night Bites. Yay! Hype! I need to review my emotes. I only have 2 at the moment. I need to review them and work out what I actually want to do with them. Damn it, why is it not typing on me? Very well. Oh no, I know. What's the other good one? Fuck, it's only capital H, isn't it? Whatever. Game, onwards. That's the one I struck out. Only the capital H, isn't it? Okay, anyway. So he's ambitious and relentless. That's probably a bad thing. Hype spam! Okay, Mr. Gallagher. Wait, no, Mr. Gallagher, Secretary of Economy and Trade. Reduced tax levels, declining unemployment. See, so far, this is the thing. So far, none of what the government has been portrayed as seems overly authoritarian. Crime rate is down, unemployment is down, security is up. The only real things which make it seem authoritarian so far are A, anywhere that has something called Freedom Plaza. B, their security software is literally called Orwell. So, you know, it's... anyway, Catherine Delacroix, Ministry of Security, dedicated to the purpose of improving a nation's safety, formed directly after the elections as originally proposed by her, and then she got that position. Best known for the inception of the Safety Bill elevating security standards in the country June level. Peter Faulkner, Secretary of Defence, Commander-in-Chief of the nation's forces, does not tire to stress the importance of stability in the neighbouring countries. Did we look at that one? That was the... Okay, yeah, we've seen that one. Actually, have we seen all of this bit? Yes, we have. Okay, positions. 5 pillars for a great nation: safety and security, strict safety regulations and mechanisms to preserve the life and well-being of everyone. Strong economy equals a strong society. Cultural origins as well as the family and communal life must be cherished. Gating immigration from and intervening in foreign countries is a necessity to uphold law and order in our own. That's an interesting position, that one. You can't come into our country, but we reserve the right to send armed people into your country. I'm definitely leaning towards the Donald Trump side of this Donald Trump, Boris Johnson love baby. Man-child, whatever. Rock-solid education and healthcare systems are the foundations of the great future. Again, away from this country. That's pointless. Okay, that's those. Yes, I have Nightblights. It's a very good book. Actually, hold on. Can we get some stuff to stick to these people? Alice Watergate. Why can't I drag you across? You're... Okay. So if I drag that across, does it replace your occupation, or... No, that goes into that list there. Guess that way everything stays in the family. Artist and junior COO. She quit a dull job. It suggests either she's lying about quitting her dull job, or this is just very out of date, or maybe she's quit but she's like handed in her notice but hasn't actually left yet. Okay, it's because you have to have authorization to actually investigate them. It's not just people who you're looking at as well. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine. Jobs. Why did I miss something here? Okay, right, no, yeah, that's fine. So she left. Maybe I was wrong and nothing stays in the family. Ouch, that's probably what. So we know it. So maybe she's handed in her notice but hasn't actually left. Oh, we can zoom. Is that zooming or is that scrolling? No, that's scrolling. She's left her job but hasn't necessarily... Oh, she's handed in her notice but hasn't necessarily left. That's what I'm trying to say. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten? No. It was this one. Has the conflict. Everything I've seen about her and her relationship with her family suggests that she doesn't have any sort of personal relationship with them and was actively trying to... I don't know about actively trying to reinforce that, but she was no longer interested in having anything to do with them. Which may suggest that it's unlikely they would have influenced the outcome in her favour, but at the same time, keeping her out of prison or whatever might have been a smart business decision because that reflects poorly on the company, stocks, and so on. You're a massive international company. The daughter and former junior chief operating officer of the whole company has been arrested for bricking a police officer and charges of that's going to affect. So it may well have been they considered it a prudent evidence case. But also that police report involved the news article or whatever and the stuff we're reading never actually gave any evidence or suggested any evidence that she was actually doing it. They found... What did it actually say? Was it police database? Protesters at the origin of the assault were forcibly moved, with a suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. They never... At no point anywhere have we seen anything described which suggests she was actually ever seen throwing anything or anything like that. She was just weeping on the ground. She could have... Anything could have happened at that point. Also, do we know when this page was last updated? I don't think there's a date on that as the last update, was there? Because that would be nice to know, because the whole bricking incident happened a year ago almost, so... So parents resorted to illegal means to close the target person's criminal case, or criminal case closed due to lack of evidence. That's, yeah, duh. I'm going to go for that one, and I may well regret it, but whatever. Now, this is a severe accusation. Since we already know who her parents are, we will immediately begin investigating these allegations. I'm thinking Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change. Let's find out what happened in between these two lives of her, what may have caused this radical shift. Good plans. Does this mean we can now investigate them? How do we know if they're a person we can investigate? Because there's no, apart from the fact that I've actually got a picture of her, there's no obvious damn way to see if there's someone we can investigate, I don't think, is there? You still can't drag them across, I'm assuming they aren't, but there's no obvious way to indicate that I can tell. Okay, that's not a relationship link we can click on, okay. Yeah, but there's no indication of who is currently a person of interest. Like Joseph Langley, we can, I think, drag and... No, we can't, can we? Not yet. Nothing, you're a listener. Cassandra's timeline. Okay, good to see. Just... I feel like I've forgotten, missed something here. Premature cancellation of negotiations. Resume. Okay, that's fine then. Do we have an update to this? No. No, that's all the same still. Then why is that not changing colour? Because aren't they supposed to change colour when they've been red? Like, that's purple, and that's purple, and this isn't. Okay, it's no longer marked as needing things to be read, so there's that. What does that icon mean? I'm a little confused by what that icon means. That's just something I missed here. Artist's portfolio. New portrait. We could... Yeah, well, is that all it is? If we add that as a thing anyway. And put that because whatever. Is that what that was? Just something I hadn't uploaded or ignored? Yes, it was. Okay, that's fine then. You're invited to tea inside the rabbit hole. So we have... no, wait, we have a birthday now. That's good. Oh, she's like 4 months younger than me. Good to know. We're not really. Oh, whatever. But still, no, that one. Let's go with that one. I don't think it makes any significant difference. I might be very wrong about that, in which case I'm sure that will come back to bite me later. We have her interests there. Art, music, activism. So art, music, yeah, what a lineup. That activism bit's probably going to come back to bite her in the arse. Okay. Right, what's the dates here? 20... Right, so further down is older. I might go backwards then. Sorry if that was very loud. I do try to aim away from the microphone. I can't do that, stick a hand over my mouth and mute at the same time because I'm too slow. Amazing shopping tour with my
Suddenly, pineapples.
Sorry. Have an amazing... Wait, there's a conflict with another data chunk, yeah. Amazing shopping tour with... oh no. Your best friend Mary should consider paying a visit to your hairstylist soon. Hot new band with targets, they rock hard. Playing a concert in Marseille next week. Punks, not really. Okay. Amazing concert. And that's the point at which she dyed her hair blue. Okay. Good hair colour choice. I approve. Cassie's going punk. Cassie's going punk. Cassarthus. That's quite good actually. And is that okay, let's add that. A person who is Julie. You know, people on the web. So many names, so many identities. Oh, the irony. Always good to record every alias, and we can match data chunks to target persons whenever they are using them. Yes, we can. And I'd like to invite you to our little activist group if you want to join us. Would be nice to have you with us. So that's where. So her entire. Is there anything more specific? We'll get there. Please stop being so demanding. I'm busy. Case closed. Never had any doubts. Okay, so this was after she went and bricked someone. Allegedly. Okay, so that's after she got off the she got off the case. Beholder actually wrote about me being freaking redeemed of this ship, but surprised they had to mention the speculations over my parents spying me out. Makes the click count go boom, doesn't it? At least you're redeemed now. I want to blow off steam to go for a little late night shopping tour. Not today, I have a date this evening. I wonder who that could be with. Cassandra is in a relationship with Joseph Langley. Lawyer and in a relationship with. What was that saying? With a lawyer might be noteworthy. Does she get a special discount? Despised puppets of the state, you have finally managed to destroy us entirely. There is nothing left to do but congratulate you. These are my personal wishes to you from the deepest abyss of my heart. Fuck all you government lackeys. Sweetie, what does it matter? I'll tell you, it doesn't sound like you. We haven't hung out for ages. You've got to go out from time to time. You'd feel much better. Okay, so they had some sort of feeling out. Feeling out? Giggity. Falling out. I'll come back to that. And then after that, she's left the force now. Not left the force? What am I talking about? She's left the company.
Giggity.
That's still too loud. I keep meaning to turn that down. But I suppose it works and making me jump. And yes, Light Bites has sub sounds now. Nothing there to copy. Well, Miss Watergate, we aren't too fond of you either. Now, having said that, that entire post is out of character for her, because there's also that as well. However, it is a broken friendship at this point. We were playing the first Vermintide yesterday, and Night Fights, it's quite fun. Best friend, but it is since then their friendship seems to be broken. I'm going to take the broken one on the basis that it is more recent. It may all be an elaborate front, of course, but how sad. Yes, you seem so traumatized by this. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Let's look at this now. We've got a whole bunch of people there. And her parents. Let's see what we've got to see. Hey, did you hear about the Freedom Plaza bombing? people don't. Yeah, don't remind me. You know I have a history of that place. We know. I set things on fire in Vermintide. That's my position for life. Already fucking me up enough that I have to catch a bus from there every day. Yes, because we saw you getting on the bus at the beginning. So she's having to get the bus from every day. You don't need to justify yourself to anybody, especially not to me. True. Now I've gone to that damn protest. I was so happy when Goldfellas accepted me into Ford. I desperately wanted to go to prove my worth to the cars. Yeah. Clee stole her from me. And then we had to repeatedly murder him by not being nice to him until he switched characters. Not being called a terrorist at all in the papers. You are not a terrorist, okay? Ain't I? Oh, wow. Why would you say that? Ain't I? You sure? Why would you say that? Ka-ching! Why would you say that? Oh, wow. Was that supposed to be my credit card and the cash register? Something like that. I hope you like Chateau Margaux. Great, so you decided to bankrupt me. I, for one, welcome our new debtors prison overlords. Always ready to pull money out of innocent pockets. Real Robin Hood. Got good stuff, now I'm headed to my handsome boyfriend Joseph for dinner. Achievement unlocked, I love wine. Ironically given to someone who doesn't really drink. Here's the thing, I've got an important appointment tonight. It's surprisingly out of schedule and I can't postpone it. You gotta be kidding me! I'm very sorry, darling, we'll see each other tomorrow. You always have an appointment there. Appointment here, appointment there, appointment fucking everywhere. How can you got... She's lost her ability to spell. She's already on the drink. Darling, please calm down. Have you taken your... Oh, she's depressed. Well. Is that the only thing that matters to you? That I'm on fucking happy pills every day. So... Are you sure she's taken her methadone? Fine, be that way. Do you understand that? Could you type faster, please? I guess I'm just not having a part in Klein anymore. Yeah, it's so sad. Okay, so... Really, why would you say this? Ain't I? You sure? So wait, no. Catch a bus from every day now. Catches a bus at Freedom Plaza. Does that mean she doesn't drive, or... So what's this one? Activities, okay. So yeah, it could be... Yeah, like I say, it could be... Hold on. If she's an artist, where is she working? Because if she's having to catch a bus somewhere every day, that implies she's going somewhere regular. So either she has a... So obviously she's not working from home, which is presumably somewhere near the centre of the city. I'm assuming she's living with Yosef, who's a high-flying lawyer, therefore can afford somewhere nice, cushy centre of the city, which is where Freedom Plaza is going to be, because if you call something Freedom Plaza, you put it smack bang in the middle, it's pure propaganda. So she's catching a bus at Freedom Plaza every day, which means it's the closest centre-ish bus system, whatever. She's working somewhere else, basically. But so the question is, where is she working? Goldfells sounds like an alias, obviously. An activist group called Fort. Interesting. Maybe this is what interested her, and who is Goldfells? Find something that shows her current attitude and see if we're following the right path. Or, as you say, Nightbite's working her notice, because she's still on their website. Even if she's... But no, her timeline said first day of freedom. I need to check the date on that again in a sec. Have you taken your methadone? On medication, methadone, that's worth noting. Yes, I can look up what methadone is. We already found it, but I'll look it up anyway because I'm just that nice. Right, first of all, where is Watergate? Products. Methadone, antidepressant to help stabilise a thing, so we'll take that. Emotionally unstable, she's dealing with potentially dangerous personality. I'll indicate that. Oh god, that's going to go well because this person may be potentially dangerous because that never ends badly. That's basically saying shoot first, ask questions later. No, that's not what I'm looking for right now. I was looking for timeline. When did she say? First day in freedom, far from the shackles of Watergate Farmer, was on the 1st of March 2017. So that was a month and a half ago. Well, actually, no, that was 2 days ago. And a year. But, whatever. But, that was before this whole conversation about getting the bus, because that's 6 weeks later, near enough, makes a difference. Okay, that's interesting. Is there a zoom out button? Because I feel there needs to be a zoom out button. Okay. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. Okay, a lot of entries here. Let's start at the beginning. This archived articles are available from direct links, not from a front page. Okay, that's convenient. Freedom is unfree, posted by Casafis. It's cams everywhere, even at the Freedom Plaza. Is it just me, or is that more than a little bit ironic? No, that's fine. Is this one conflict with one unknown data chunk? Okay. You probably all know me as either that blue-haired punk bitch, stupid cunt, or anti-government terrorist. These are only some of the names I've been called during criminal investigation against me. That was just because in the middle of the chaos someone believed to have seen me hurt a police officer. It never even occurred to anybody that it wasn't me. I said this. More or less, different words. We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We've always been against violence. One would assume that in an age where there are cams everywhere, it should be easy to prove whether I was at all involved or not. But it wasn't. It took in weeks of investigative custody to figure out that the cam footage was actually not clearly showing anything at all, which raises the question, why are there so many cams in the first place? If you can't answer is intimidation only. You keep calm, quiet and careful when there are cameras around, or you fear that there are cameras when you cannot see. When founding this blog years ago, Abraham predicted pretty much this for all of the web. Is that a direct link to an earlier page? I can't tell because it's not showing me the little thing which says where this is leading. We'll come back to that. We've been brought to the Freedom Memorial since we were kids at school. We were told lavish tales about the founders of the nation, told to show national pride, and I know what you're thinking now. This thing is damn ugly. What is that donut even? The let freedom ring? But the statement behind this is ridiculously enormous heap of stones. Should be clear. In the middle of the capital there is a symbol of freedom, comprehensible symbolism for everyone, isn't it? With the cameras there, this is now a plaza of unfreedom, if anything at all. That's conflicting with something we haven't found yet. Our Thoughts Still Free, published by Goldfells. Okay. Oh, this is the first entry. Good. Are our thoughts still free? It might seem to be a surprising question in our current world for requiring surveillance, though thought is no longer self-evident. Okay. Interesting. German folk song, which goes like this. I'm not going to read the whole thing because I'm lazy. I'm not going to read the whole thing out loud. Yes. Okay, it's talking about when fat thoughts are basically always a thing. You can't take someone's thought from them. Unless you're George Orwell, writing 1984. Seriously, a good book, you should read it. When I was still young, long before I immigrated to the nation in 1993, believed it to be a universal truth, no borders for thoughts and no rules for what is or is not allowed to be thought. Not because I thought people should be so tolerant, just held it dear that nobody except for ourselves really knows what is going on in our heads until we choose to reveal it. Yesterday a question crossed my mind. If the increasing interconnectedness of humans via modern technology serves more and more as a collective memory and brain of our society, and there is an institution that is capable of monitoring every bitstream of it, how can thoughts still be free? Is it not likely that we will communicate only under great mental reservation to hold on to our knowledge, which means as a final consequence we will stop thinking? Interesting. When I think of the increasingly aggressive operations of the surveillance machinery in the nation, I truly fear the answer to this question. That is why I created this blog. I want to encourage alternatives to the total control and safe bigotry of this digital world. Yours sincerely, A. Goldfells. Just on with a new blog has some truth. Blog was born in the sense of the ultimate freedom to be who you want to be. Be who you want to be! Etc. Isn't that a song? No, that's freedom. I'm free to do what I want. Sky Hijinks is now on your... Oh, thank you, Sky Hijinks, for having me on your auto-host list. Very much appreciated for that. Thank you. And welcome anyone who is coming from Sky Hijinks' chat with about 55 people. Wow. Hi. We are playing a game called Orwell, which is basically where we are... brain fail. This is basically where we are part of a surveillance state and we are cracking down on terrorist evils. Or not. Or we're propping up an autocratic, authoritarian government. It's hard to say. It could go either way. Let's see. Now the government has come to threaten us with real-name policies. Save your IP so they can look up who you are. So you don't say something wrong. I'm surprised to find someone here at all. I thought nobody would ever find this blog, and I'm very delighted to have a first follow. First! Hello admin, I like your things too. Could you want, but now even more, to get a service and search engine optimization independent. Others get clicks and more money for us. Now, you use spam bots. Woo! Thank you for doing the shout out even thing, Freechy. Right, let's... Oh wow, all the things happened. Account gold fails. You're triggering all the bot things there, Freechy. Sky is indeed a member of the sovereignty. Wait, can I... Gold fails. Oh, we're not actively investigating him, are we? So, did I see something else here? Casarthus, one article. We've got everything off this page. Okay. We still haven't resolved this little conflict. We'll come back to that. Cassandra's timeline has posted something new. Yes. Finally, someone who had the grit and explosives to show how futile surveillance is, which takes us to this page, of course. Back, please. There are thousands of cameras pointed to a target, and the Big Bang still happens. I haven't laughed like this for ages. What now, Mrs. Delacroix? What now? Really, Cassie? You laugh at people being killed. Wait, when was this? This was just now. When was this one posted? September last year. See, the problem is, if she's on antidepressants, or not on antidepressants, which is sort of the point, depending, it means she is, for want of a better way of putting it, emotionally unreliable, is probably the nicest way to put it. And that it's hard to put something like, you have to, I'm trying to tread carefully around that thing because it's a sensitive sort of subject. Her actual opinions could differ wildly depending on whether she's... Basically depending on whether she's on meds or not. Both could be true more or less at the same time. Why are these circled in red? Is it just that they're the last ones for that we added? Peaceful. I'm going to go for that one, I think. If you think that's her actual attitude, we might be barking up the wrong tree after all. What we found so far is all good and stuff, but I think we should be searching for something a little more concrete. Okay. Ah, Julia Counting. Hello, Juliet. Hey, Cassie. Hi, Jules. Cassie, I just wanted to know. You post on timelines about this assault? No, you'll post on timelines about this assault. You really shouldn't write something like that. You're not gonna preach, but you shouldn't. I just wanted to know what's wrong, Cassie. There's the thing, that's not what people know. Whereas Juliet doesn't fail. So I'm reasonably happy about my choice there, because everything suggests that she's not actually a violent person. She's just having basically having bad reactions. Wait, you know what I did? Oh dear. Can I just type there? Hi. Wow, this is interesting. Injured a police officer to protect Julie Carrington. Admitted guilt towards Juliet Carrington for having injured a police officer in a rage. So she is inherently against violence, however she has emotional issues and may have lost it. See, there's a difference between losing it and, as she puts it, smashed the freaking skull of a father of two children because I lost it. There's a difference between losing control and doing that and blowing up the center of a thing that would have taken some planning. Which is to say, you don't just lose it and blow something up like that. Interesting. So what was happening to Juliet? Well, Juliet was in direct danger? What happened there? Juliet was in direct danger because of something? Then again, see, my mother's a pharmacist, so I know a certain amount about medications. Isn't for want of a better way of putting it, rage out, again, for want of a better term, a known potential side effect of some antidepressants? Is that a thing, or am I getting confused with something else and talking absolute bullshit? So if she had a bad reaction, or was having a bad day, for want of a better way of putting it, then it would not be unreasonable, perhaps, to suggest that it was medication-induced, perhaps. Not deliberate. She's already emotionally unstable. We know from a police report that they were forcibly moving on the protesters, because that's what the police reports say, and the police would never lie in a police report, because that would be outrageous. So is it possible that Juliet was... I don't know, you get stories sometimes about major police... it's stuff like, you get stories about someone who's asthmatic, for example, or something, and gets kettled, I think was the term they used. When we had big riots in the UK a few years ago, and police kettled people, there were some stories which came out about asthmatics, for example. Oh, train drop. think we're good. There was some stuff about asthmatics who had severe reactions while being kettled by police. It could be something like that. Also, they've already made a note that she's potentially dangerous, but if she's in custody, she's not going to be carrying something now because they're going to have done a thorough search. She's not actively immediately dangerous, although obviously she may have other stuff in place, but if she's guilty, I'm going to say, Cassie, you have that officer to save me. On that basis, I think she was having some sort of bad reaction to drugs. Where did that come from now? Perfect, we can investigate her and so on. Probably won't be able to hold her for long if it really happened in... The intervention team is already on its way. We'll need to wait for confirmation. Next stop, Wonderland, right? Next time, be careful providing the wrong data though. It was not a problem to get her address with the help of local police chief, but in Wonderland, right behind the rainbow's a real place. You go down to the end of my road, you turn right, you keep walking until you get to the second roundabout. Take the last exit, I suppose, technically, but the rightmost exit, and it's the third entrance on the left. It's a real place. Okay, so now we're just waiting. Oh. Nope, we're not. I thought about what you said. Maybe you're right. I should take the post down. It'd be better, believe me. Wait a second, somebody's at the door. BRB. Okay, I'll wait. By the way, how's your boyfriend? Are you still together? I haven't been talking about him all that much lately. Well, not as much as before. Hello? Hello? Are you still there? Cassie? I'll inquire if all went well with arresting Miss Watergate. You did a good job in any case. Although we have no proof she's involved in the bombing, we might be able to question her. Despite acting in defence of Miss Juliet, she seems to be quite unstable and a threat. She's now in custody. Good work. I'm curious about this fourth group, whether they... Oh, God. Sweet. No. Take a look at the news. I think she just... I think she has basically got mental issues, maybe some bad medication, and some bad timing and coincidence. I think that's all that happened with her. I think she's basically innocent. Alright, let's just bloop, 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 bloop. Did she take the post down yet? No. Bloop. Two dead after second explosion. Explosive charge set off at Stelligan. I hadn't finished reading yet! Cheek of some people, that is horrible. Two dead, similar approach, same letter found, so these assaults are connected. And Miss Watergate was in custody at the time. Yeah, exactly. It sounds... like I said, my mother's a pharmacist. I know at least 3 different people with varying levels of depression. Yeah. Like I said, I know at least 3 different people with, again, varying levels of depression, different, and everyone's different and so on, but it sounds like she has a meds issue, basically. If she has mental issues, then she has meds issues. It doesn't sound like she's actively trying to blow the shit out of the planet. Or at least the state. Miss Watergate was in custody, so it wasn't her for this attack. This complicates matters massively. So much for our simple test case. Need to speak to my superior, see how we are to proceed given these extenuating circumstances. You did good today. You can log off and get some rest by clicking the button on the top right of the desktop. Try to get some sleep. I have a feeling the next few days are going to be trying at best. explosive charge set off at Stelligan University in Bonton. At least 2 people dead, 3 injured. Once again, a letter has been received just before the crime. Half an hour ago, an explosion occurred at the campus of Bonton University. According to latest reports, at least 2 people were killed, with a further 3 severely injured, evacuated immediately. According to yet unconfirmed statements, the City Administration Office of Bonton received an anonymous letter just minutes prior to the detonation, again containing the first 3 stanzas of Die Gedanken Sinfonie. The thoughts are free! Exactly like the one received before the assault on Freedom Plaza yesterday. We'll inform you about any developments on this event as soon as further details are available. HH. I don't know what HH is. I suppose it's the writer's initials. Okay. So that's her. Goldfells, I have questions about. Because he's the founder of Thought, which is being referenced in those letters, but again, anyone can say that, and that could be a thing, a fake out. Who is Harrison O'Donnell? Just a person. Yosef, her boyfriend. He, I think, might just be a lawyer, but there's the question of how she retained him in the first place. Because he was her lawyer when she was busy bricking police officers. But he's quite a high-flying lawyer from the sounds of it. But if she did not have a good relationship with her parents, did they pay for the lawyer? Or, because she said her art is making her enough money. No offense to artists here, but unless you're really, really high, you have to be at literally the top end of the entire. You have to be at the top end of the profession to be making. I don't know. Then maybe this is probably going to turn out to be very offensive to someone somewhere. But I don't know how profitable art actually is as a single profession in and of itself. I don't know. Maybe it's perfectly. I don't know. I'm not an artist. I can draw stick figures. Goldfells I have suspicions about, but again, he might just be a shouty, talky person. Juliet seems to have replaced Mary as best friend. And so on. We need more information. Achievement unlocked. The clocks were striking 13. Based on the data you have submitted, we have learned the following. Assault on Freedom Plaza. Severe assault occurred at the Freedom Plaza yesterday. Cassandra Watergate was present prior to the assault and is being investigated. Hints of the involvement of an activist group named Fort have been found. The second assault at Stelligan University occurred, seemingly connected to the first. This suggests Cassandra Watergate is either not the only perpetrator or not involved at all. She has been criminally charged, Cassandra, with the injury of a police officer at a past protest. She's an artist. The criminal case may have been closed due to an legal intervention by her parents, which, if they also funded her defence attorney, could be a thing. Maybe the relationship is a bit better than we've been led to bear. A relationship with her lawyer, Yosef Langley, appears to have undergone a radical change after she joined the activist group Thought. Collected data shows a potentially dangerous personality. More thorough investigation by law enforcement is suggested. Juliet Carrington claimed that Cassandra defended her by injuring a police officer. An arrest has been made. And given that it's the end of the day, I am going to go grab a drink, so I will be back in just a moment. And then we shall continue to day 2 and see what the hell happens. Yeah, back in a sec. And I'm back. Dun dun dun. Right, so yes. Also, Night Bites. I know you've played this. Frichi said that this takes about 5 hours to do a single playthrough. I know you've played this more than him. Would you say that's an accurate estimate based on how I've been playing it? Just because I have less than 4 hours to play this today because I started late. Is that a decent estimate or is that complete shit? Because I will have to catch up with it otherwise. Just so I know what I'm doing time-wise. Okay, next day. 5 hours. Okay, I will probably have to split this into a bit of a second stream then. That's fine. Probably Tuesday. Welcome back. I hope you don't mind if we get started right away. We have tons of work ahead of us. As a surprise. I have met with my superiors, and they wish to continue with the test case. They believe in the capability of Orwell to handle this. Oh, and you, of course. Gee, thanks for the love and attention. My superiors agree with me. Based on the information you have already extracted, the activist group known as Fort is worth investigating. Seems that this Goldfels is an important member of Fort, so we now have clearance to consider them as a target person. Now that Goldfels is a target person, there may be new data chunks available in documents you've already accessed. Don't forget to go back and recheck your sources. Oh, so that's how you tell the difference. It is literally just if they have the whole target thing up there. Okay. This is the new arrest record. Arresting officer and holding facility redacted. Why is that redacted from me? Again, she's willingly cooperated. She's never resisted arrest or anything like that. For someone so apparently highly dangerous and so on, she's never actually resisted arrest or offered any direct, otherwise unprovoked violence towards anyone. From what they've said, she did attack that officer from everything we've seen, but that was effectively in defence of someone else. So, yeah. Again, she's willingly opened the door and she's cooperated. And again, she was willingly cooperated earlier. When she was arrested first time. So, okay. Let's start with the newspaper, please. Connection between bonds and bombings evident. Attacks against Steligan were connected. Well, duh. A bombing that occurred yesterday at Steligan University seems to be connected to the attack against Freedom Plaza earlier this week. This is the conclusion of the police division who is investigating the cases in both assaults. A similar device created with pure malevolence. Really? There's black magic. What is it with this chat? Seriously. No. There we are. Okay. Created with pure malevolence appears to have been used. Police spokesman Steele said, letters received prior to the assault support suspicion, meaning is still puzzling investigators. According to rumours, people are theorising a number of stanzas may represent a number of bombings, which in turn raises the question whether there might be another bombing yet to occur. We understand some people jumped to this conclusion, but there's no good reason to believe this. The university has declared normal operations cannot continue under the circumstances, so they're closing the doors for the time being. Special front page to pay respects to the assault victims. I'm so tempted to make a cheesy joke, but I'm not going to. Wait, more headlines I've missed. Timelines and Rosen Corporation. The Davenport siblings, owners of the biggest social network, Timelines. Zuckerberg didn't get a look in this time, man. Okay. Announced major corporation of software giant Rosen Technologies. Big deal. The internet billionaire siblings Ada and Alan Davenport, latest and owners of the most important online social network, Timelines, located in Hillbury, starting a major corporation of the Bonton software giant Rosen Technologies, announced in a press statement giving out on Friday were PR departments of both companies simultaneously. I can word. Utilising the existing infrastructure and software development capacity. Yes. Response for needs quickly. Growing user-based profits from this by significantly reduced downtimes, tightened security, and sped up integration of new features. Cool. That would be the one for Ichi. Thank you. Heavy rainstorms expected. There's still snow outside, so I'm not sure it's rain. Any plans for the weekend involving the outdoors? Forget about the massive low pressure system. Attacked. Yes, we were attacked by Russia using the weather. Little silver lining on the horizon. Cloud move on. Temperatures will stabilise at comfy levels. Okay, good to know. Do we have anything new there? No. The fort. These are Goldfells. Okay, there we are. We have a picture for him now. Assuming that's actually him. And yeah, if we look at his original... Is this the folk song that was the letter we wrote, it seems? This is... okay. This is the... so this is the same folk song that was in the letter. He immigrated from Germany to this great nation. An immigrant. Ew, immigrants. Yeah, we know he created the blog. That's pretty obvious. The Fort, an activist group of the same name as this blog. If he's the one who created the blog, perhaps he founded or created the activist group. Is there anything to say down there? No. Again, nothing there. Oh, a new entry. How convenient. I thoroughly believed we were able to capture minds if only we could garner attention on Fort as a group and what we stand for. It seems my ambition was once again too much. After 1.5 years recruiting 2 of my students, he's at the university, probably, and arranging free demonstrations like the one held at Freedom Plaza, I feel obliged to ask myself where we stand. Have we reached our goal? What has been sacrificed along the way? In short, are we true to the initial goal that formed the group? Frankly and sadly, the answer to the latter is a resounding no. We let ourselves be consumed by anger and hatred towards those we thought to do us wrong. Though thoughts are free, but that does in no way mean that they can attack and do whatever they wish. Instead of blaming others, I now see my high aims might well be the cause for all the events of the past months. More than anyone else of thought, I feel responsible. As a consequence, I will halt my active engagement in this group. I firmly believe shall be for the better for everyone involved, especially my students from Stelligan. Yours sincerely, A. Goldfells. And someone has written on there, please reconsider Guy Hurtwell was only a goddamn cop. They had it coming for long. It was messy, I know. All the way back to a thing I messed up organising, but hell, look at the bright side. We made the news. This is what we wanted, what you wanted. So he has radicalist... he created the group, but he now has radicalist elements within it. Fort held 3 demonstrations. More interesting might be that 2 students seem to be involved. And he's a lecturer at Stelligan, which will hopefully let us identify him. Yes, the same Stelligan. You know what I think about coincidences? Yes. Okay, yes. Resigned from active engagement in Fort. Okay. So yeah, he was still actively... Okay, now why do these 2 conflict? Are they conflicting with each other? Yes. Reacts with hatred and anger about trouble past the fort. Either way, he hints at the trouble past the fort, so that bit's the same. Hatred and anger about the trouble past the fort. Feels responsible. Those aren't conflicts. You can be filled with hatred. I'm going to go for that one. The trouble passed. We'll have to get to the bottom of this. Someone's been arrested. Hey, you. She's still in custody, isn't she? Is the client your parent? Her parents? Is it the is it the Watergate Pharmaceuticals? That would be quite funny and sort of ironic. Yes, she's still in custody, but she never logged off, did she? So she he doesn't know she's been arrested. She never logged off the computer because she was planning to come straight back. Okay, let's look at this memorial first. Knowledge, science, wisdom had sometimes all remained silent. Not quite. Yesterday evening, an explosive device went off on Stelligan campus, killing a Stelligan student as well as a lecturer. Several other individuals have been severely injured. The authorities are investigating. If the students were involved, if one of those students was a suicide bomber, deliberately or otherwise. This is an unspeakable tragedy, Stelligan President Hopkins said during a press conference that took place this morning. In light of recent events, it's impossible to maintain daily routine. This is why I have decided to suspend all educational services of Stelligan University until further notice. Therefore, Stelligan campus will remain closed for at least the rest of this week, with no educational courses or events taking place. On the plus side, their canteen is the best public dining hall. Courses. Oh, hold on. Things. This course is discontinued and will only accept it. Really? Why would you cancel physics? Media ethics. Course is currently unavailable due to Representative Professor A. Goldfeld's having retired. I'll be right back to that. Notable alumni. Orlando Buffand. Catherine Delacroix. She's now the Ministry of Security. Ultimately my boss. Joseph Langley, our law office. Wait, that's interesting. He's... actually makes no difference to me. Who? Host of a TV show where she covers psychological issues. That's slightly interesting. He graduated in 1992, the same year Cassandra was actually born. Which means nothing. People are free to date who they like, but whatever, it's slightly interesting. Okay. Professor A. Goldfells. Being a luminary in his profession, Abraham Goldfells gladly accepted the offered professorship in the field of media ethics at Stelligan, from which he sadly retired in fall 2016. Previously, Professor Goldfells has held a position as a journalist at Der Reporter, one of the most renowned German daily newspapers, and was also a chairman of the Global Media Ethics Congress. In his works, Professor Goldfells never relents to emphasise the importance of privacy over public interest. He'll love what we're doing, then. Various publications. Okay, so we have a full name now. Abraham it is, well done. Hold on, what's this doing? Left. Okay, yeah. Notice the bombing locations are closely connected to thought members. There could be a pattern. Held 3 demonstrations, only 2. We need to do everything we can to prevent another attack. Good plan! Past of each member of thought, find out the locations of all demos they have held. Good plan. When you say demos, you mean demolitions, yeah? Journalist at Der Reporter. Former chairman. Member of an ethical congress. Average run-of-the-mill terrorist trait. Absolutely. Author of a book about surveillance, a modern time declaration of independence towards mass surveillance. He literally wrote the book. Lot of information, only one other page could be indexed. Very strange. I'll look for other people of this thought group, like the students he mentioned. Yes, good plan. It's an internal Steligan University class attendee system. Completing the 3-step wizard below. Media. Okay, he wasn't working there at that point. Did it say when he worked? It didn't say when he started, so... This time, apparently. No. No names I recognise so far. This was much more... There's a name I recognise. 2 names I recognise. Guess, no student number. Okay, let's grab that. 1 found. We've seen that name before. We're authorised to consider him a target person. Now I have more work to do. Awesome! I'm not done yet. Master's thesis registered at this course. Okay. Student of Abraham, friend of Miss Watergate. And more authorization to investigate. The 2 students have been fought. That's so far so good. However, I do want to take the last look at that last one. I don't think he'll have anything there because he'd left at that point, hadn't he? Yeah. Hold on, have I missed something from here? Ah, new portrait. Let's start with Harrison. Media punk. That's his official occupation, right? Yeah. Media punk, what does that even mean? Likes the targets. Okay. And the National Beholder, he reads the news and likes the same band. First day at Steligan. You at Steligan, loser. Lol. Okay. We didn't start the fire. Thank you for taking me along. Okay, so those 2 are hanging out together at... Mike, why don't you go and ask Juliet out right away? No need for hiding anything. I can provide a nose correct... Lol. Easily jealous. That could lead to violent reactions. Oh, there's a conflict here. An unknown data chunk. That's fine. Deleted multiple posts. When was this? July the 10th. That was the protest then. And that's what's her face? Cassandra getting arrested. He's been self-censoring. Do we have something to hide then, Mr. O'Donnell? Yes, we do. Considering to change my profession to being a full-time prophet. Lol. Can we just take a look at this, please? Woman arrested in connection with recent attacks. A young woman has been brought into custody thanks to investigation efforts of a special task force. Sarcastic quotes. How they're related, we don't know. Suspected to be well related. They haven't actually released her name yet. Juliet, where are you? Let's get a picture of you. PR assistant at Rosen Tech, who is the ones who mixed with Timeline. Who thinged with the thing. Okay. Right, you live in Farview. February 1982. Interests, all the things. Board games, we should play Talisman with her. Get Fishy involved. He'll play D&D, or he can do a D&D game. Likes for targets. That seems to be a fairly consistent like, that one. The targets specifically. I'm just wondering if that's coincidence or not. Ha! You can actually dance! Let's again scroll to bottom. I like to go from the original. This drives me outright mad, even though Cassandra and I just got to know each other at the protest. So they never met before that then, okay. Have I read this one before? Cassandra pictures above still being held in police custody. Safety bill. Police have not yet been able to connect the crime denied. Okay, no, yeah, we had read that one a while ago. That's fine. If one pisses off the government, one must expect them to respond accordingly. Action causes reaction. Doesn't sound like Juliet, I know. You wouldn't even accept the duty of being a class representative. How come you care so much about politics now? Sometimes people change their mind. It does seem like brainwashing. These people go to the Target's gig, and suddenly they're radicalised politicians, or political activists even. Some people change their minds, others get help to right mindset. One week left until I enter my thesis at Abraham's course, and it's goodbye, Seligan. A bit scared of a huge gaping hole this is going to leave behind. Nobody took notice. Nobody cares. Nobody. What did Harry do this time? Yeah, what? Happy birthday, honey. So good to have you back. To mark our occasion, we decided to update your profile on our family page. I hope you like it. Random. I'll get back to that later. Okay. Bored to death tonight, needs something to come along here. My one weakness exposed for everyone. Go up with me for the nightlife. You know I'm not so keen on going out late. Oh, sounds like me. I don't dance ever. Care to spare me, please? Engaged in torture. Yes, fine. I'm going to... Yeah, I immediately regret doing that. Okay, never mind. You actually can dance, and I've got proof now. I am going to regret the whole torture thing, I'm sure. Welcome to our website, Jonathan and Esther Carrington. A man walks into a bar and meets the girl of his dreams. 4 daughters, sister of 3. April is the firstborn. May. So what are these people doing? So we have headmistress at Farview Elementary. She still lives in the same town as her parents, from the sounds of it then. Is that? Yeah. She still lives, no, not with her parents, but in the same area. Favourite book or movie? Labyrinth. That's the one with David Bowie in it, isn't it? June Carrington. And Juliet, right at the bottom. Okay, we have a specific birth date for her now. Oh, she was born on Valentine's Day. Isn't that sweet? Favourite food, banana nut muffins. Favourite colour, red. Yum. If we failed to prevent the next assault due to you processing random data, I won't be taking the fall. Oh, is that actually relevant? Okay, fine. That might be relevant, because To Kill a Mockingbird is an interesting... You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb inside his skin and walk... This is that... I actually read it wrong. Great book. It's a good book. I'll take that anyway. It's good to know who one's parents are. The favourite banana nut muffins thing is important, though. She timelined about it. We know that one, which is basically connects her to... Is playing guitar relevant? That's probably not relevant. Decided to end her band career once she was single again. July the 5th. When did they say... No, wait, wrong page. When did they say that was updated? February 14th, 2017. Okay, so the other one is more recent. No, more to the point, single again. Okay, yeah, that's fine, that's done now. Okay. Have I forgotten something from in here? Or not forgotten as such, but... disable that, I suppose. Disable that so it stops yelling at me. Wait, there's undisabled somethings in here. What am I missing? Oh, the picture. Was she a member of the Targets? Is that what it was? Oh, Harrison was a member. Fuck you with your wrong profile. Quite an ego we've got there. You don't fucking say. Tubman. When was this posted? Do we know? April 19th, cancelled. Where was it going to be? Haunted house. It doesn't say. Such a shame that Tubman left again. That. Oh, wrong profile. Where are you? Tubman. Regarding pipe dreams, mine have been flushed out of a pipe by that noise. Drop Hancock line. Excellent. Access to any emails coming into your Relativis account. Sweet. No, wait, I've missed stuff. What have I missed? We don't need this new portrait, that's fine. Don't really need that new portrait either, that's fine. Gigs, what have I missed? Oh! Planned the Freedom Plaza protest fought. Didn't realise there was a side arrows there. So somewhere something suggests that Juliet did not plan it. Okay, we'll come back to you. When I founded Rosentech in 1998, my version was a what is that voice? Yes, Nightbites. Yes, it was. Guy hailing from Million Attic in his parents' home, single most blah blah blah. Against my wildest expectations, sheer stubbornness, stuff, things, Victor Rosen, Merry Christmas, thanks. The 10 Commandments. Words. Does it actually say anything interesting? Any vision is valuable. Software can solve any problem. That's an interesting idea. Embrace the client's vision. Open-mindedness and transparency are key. Always stay in touch. That's an interesting one. Synchronous over asynchronous communication. Do not waste the client's or your own time by bothering with asynchronous communication like email. This is why we actually have no email addresses. That's surprisingly interesting as an idea. Think about your responsibility. Fix your mistakes and learn from them. That I agree with. Catharsis. Hint, hint. Work here and now. You can do better. Get in touch. Follow the 6th commandment of Rosentech. We heavily rely on communication and collaboration. We would like you to call us directly so we can easily discuss your needs. We have a telephone number for Juliet now. That's not Juliet. That is Juliet. And now we can listen to her incoming and outgoing telephone calls with those numbers. That's helpful. Speaking of a listener, we should really... I'll disable that. We don't need new pictures right now. Okay, a few things. All of which are apparently happening at exactly the same time. Hello, hi Cass, what happened yesterday? Juliet, this is Yosef on Cassandra's account. Yosef has Cassandra's passwords. Didn't I have access to his account? Not too uncommon in a relationship, is it? No offence, but if I actually had a girlfriend, or boyfriend, I'm not judging, but if I actually had a girlfriend, I would not give them my passwords. Just my stuff. Just saying. Have you seen Cassandra since yesterday evening? Heard from her at all? Spoke to her last night via chat, seemed quite upset about the whole Freedom Plaza thing and something else she wouldn't talk about. Someone at her door she went to answer and never came back. I assumed it was you. Supposed to meet for dinner, had an unexpected meeting with a client, wasn't exactly happy about the change of plans. She quit the chat and that was it. In that case, I think she's probably at home stewing away. She gave me the key to her flat 2 months ago, but no Cassie. PC was still on. Calling work didn't work. Calling her didn't work either. No answer. Damn, I hate myself now. Arguably, it wasn't actually his fault, to be fair, because, you know, we're the ones who, you know, politely arrested her. You set your number to private. Private's my default setting after all I am a lawyer. No, I'm not that stupid. When Cassie's mad, she usually ghosts and wanders around the city. She'll be back in no time. But if she gave access to her chat account to Joseph Langley, we can therefore assume that he has access to several of her other accounts. Possibly. Which means that almost anything she could have posted at any point may not have been her. Oh, this could be interesting. Are we going to get the third location now? And there's our conflict. I'll text you. Okay, so there's our conflict. Juliet. So Cassandra thought that Juliet was organising it. Juliet says that Harrison was organising all of it. To Harrison, thank you for shopping at Cimarama's Flowers. We hereby confirm your order. One bouquet, lovely. Tag. Who is Angela? Create new profile. Bank account number. Okay, so let's see. Who is Angela? And your bank account number. $24.99. Is that expensive for flowers? I don't know. Mrs. Dollars anyway, so whatever. From Esther to Juliet. Is that mother or sister? I can't remember who was who. Welcome to Rosa Tech. This is PR assistant Juliet. Hello, Juliet Carrington. This is Esther. You sound so official at work. Esther, Mum, yeah. Oh, hi, Mum. Is this important? You know I can't take personal calls while I'm at work. Just wanted to check in, make sure you are home for dinner tonight. I'm heading out with some friends. She still lives with her parents. True. No, this is... yeah, that's true, but... So... Yes, basically. Night bites, but this is the thing, I have to find the information, so... Well, this is a very normal mother-daughter conversation. How can... Mum, I won't die! How can you be so sure? Esther knows that Juliet's a member of Fort. Mum, I really have to go now if I don't want Victor Rosen to personally fire me. Okay, so he's a bit of a despot. Okay, that's probably a strong word, but whatever. Right, so let's just go back to the bottom of this. Make sure, are you home for dinner tonight? Lives with her parents, that was the first thing, yes. Now to find her parents' address. Heading out with some friends from work. Plans to go out in Bonton on Friday evening. That's telling, because that could make her the bomber. Normally be innocuous, but if we know that she actively dislikes going out. People are truly creatures of habit. Maybe she does want to go out, but maybe not. Exactly. But she said before she hates going out, unless bribed with muffins by someone who's currently in prison, so whatever. Honey, please, you won't have much freedom left if you're dead. Sorry, that's really funny for some reason. That's really funny for some reason. And she has a point, that's exactly what those terrorists want us to do, avoid public life. This is what terrorism is. It is a war by inflicting terror on people. Nick Rosen is his boss. Her boss, we knew that already, I think. Okay. We are the Carringtons. Da 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 da. Hold on. House in Malloy Court, a cosy little spot. Where Malloy Court, Farvey. That gets us enough information. To be fair, we don't need much. Huh, funny. This is right around the corner from where I live. Fuck's sake. Okay, that's got that information. Welcome to FBTN Online, Mr. O'Donnell. Your last login, April 10th. Now wait, he doesn't actually have proper employment, does he? He's a media punk. So, frequent customer in a Bonton drugstore, that might get us something of an address. Received last large payment from the Mail, the newspaper. So, owns 2 health insurances, that's true. Oh yes, because that's the same date. And that's also quite a lot of money. Right, so does that narrow down where he lives, perhaps? Values his hygiene, or it may as well be a material intended to wash away a freedom memorial. That's also true. We don't know what the bombs are made up of. You know, fertilizer bomb or something like that. 2 health insurance policies is weird. Doing something dangerous, maybe. So what we really want to know is who those health insurance policies are in the name of. And is being paid by the newspaper. Secret affiliation. Okay. Have I missed something here? He was struggling financially at that point until he got his payment there. So that might be interesting. Shit, he noticed us. Well, he will when he reads this. Can we delete this email? Your FBTN online banking account was just used for my... Okay, we can't... How can we not intercept that email? Seriously, though, how can we not intercept an email like that? We've already seen it. Why? Just saying. Or is that what the insider does? We can't get that yet. Maybe. We need to decide who... where was it? We need to decide who it was who planned the protest. Everything would suggest that Harrison, I think, is more likely to have been the one who did it, because he seems to have, partly at least, simply because he has a lot of free time, but also because he seems to be getting background payment effectively. Juliet is very, very busy with her work. I'm gonna say that... Oh, right, no, Angela? Really? I'm gonna say that Juliet is the one... I'm gonna say that Juliet's more correct here. Cassandra may have thought Juliet was organising it. That did not... Oh. He planned this protest that went completely awry, that went completely... This is the other thing, the protest went to shit. She's an organised person, she's a... Or maybe it didn't go to... Stop! Right, before I click OK again, she is a PR business executive person. Her job is literally to make things run efficiently and make sure things come off, specifically with appearances and so on, I suppose, to make things go as they're supposed to go. He is a, well, media punk. He has the free time to dedicate to planning a full-scale protest, and he seems to be... I mean, he received a large payment from TMB. Maybe he made the protest go to shit so that they could get a write-up. Or maybe he just wanted it to go violently that way. So it was one of those protests, not surprising. 1 down, 2 more protest locations to go. You got O'Donnell. Harrison, it's me. Well, 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 look who it is. I knew this moment would come one day, but you've caught me by surprise. Harrison. Shh, Juliet. Ever since we first made out on a clear night on the Stelligan Greenfield, I knew it was destiny. I knew you never really meant to. Will you please spare me your juvenile bullshit? I didn't believe it at first, but it really is you. To what do I owe the pleasure of your beautiful voice? You miss me, right? So this is why you did it, to make me call you back again? What the heck are you talking about? Oh, come on, don't play dumb. Great administrator, I'm talking about the fort page you so generously volunteered to maintain. What? Give me a sec. What? What the huh? Why'd I fucking want to disgrace forts? Maybe because of the same reason you bailed out of fort all of a sudden? Fort didn't do shit anymore since they've disappeared, but turning it around that way made a damn fine excuse for you to bail out on the 2 of us, huh? Maybe then because you disgraced Fort before by hiding all of the articles in the Fort blog, except Cassandra's. Archived the first ones because didn't even want us to know. None of us could ever access them. I merely did the same with the rest because that would also be in Abe's interest, and Cass wanted to show her article around. Oh please, I know you deleted all your rebellious posts to secure your cozy job writing that ridiculous opinion column for your TMB. You know, it's funny you dare speaking of disgrace when Rosen is the government's personal bitch because you didn't know, in case you didn't know, almost makes you the same in my book. So you really don't know anything about the hack then? I don't have a frigging clue. Can you evoke changes at least? You bet I'll even hunt down the son of a bitch who... Just revert it, okay? I don't care who did it. I just can't stand our memories being toyed around with. Okay, we'll be done in no time. Never could say no to you. If only. Anyway, thank you. So that was interesting. Was that her work number? Yes, it was. Okay. Scroll down. Shared intimacies with... Oh, lol, that's funny. I mean, we more or less knew that already, didn't we? Okay. Stelligan again, it seems to play a major role. Yes, it does. Do they really not have a link through that at all? That seems like dated once might be a thing. Okay. You bailed out on Fort. No longer a member of Fort. That's important. Potentially. Still need to keep preserving him. Today's new targets have a common history, something more than belonging to Fort, yes. Now they're connected, okay. Actually disappeared. That's interesting. So he's actually... He disappeared. He left the university and he left Fort, and he's actually completely disappeared. We don't have an address for him or anything. Someone's still active. So is someone working under Fort's name? Framing them. You disgraced... Hid articles on Fort blog. Why do you hide something on a group's blog? Hidden agenda? Right, now let's take a look at Harrison. Hey, I read this one quite regularly. I wasn't at all aware it was our guy. The TMB probably didn't know either. This must be the large payment was for, yes. Hid articles on Fort blog. Yeah, we'll add that as well. It's basic. First the timeline, now the Fort blog. He's been deleting a lot, yes. Okay. Right, no, what? Unknown person to Harrison. Knock knock, Harrison. Sims, I caught you pants down on that little page of yours. Confused? Why, that's fine. You know you don't know me and I like to keep it vague, but I know a lot about you, media punk. If you knew what I know about... If you knew what I know, what you know about what... What? I don't read illiterate. Sorry. Righteous hacker initiate will expose all information I got and you might interest the cops, won't it? Who is this person? So someone's being, well, he's being blackmailed by someone. Now as a hacker. Sweet. Most pathetic blackmailing attempt I've had in a long time. Good reason to call the cops. 3 reasons. You hacked my site, which is highly illegal. I don't get what you want to have found out about me. Our protest didn't always go as planned, but since you claim to know so much about me, you should know that this was hardly my fault. What I wanted is all in my blog, not a word about fucking bombing people, only grabbing attention. But you never even found that, huh? Wrong person to mess around with. Leave my page alone. Roll it back and then don't dare touching it again. I'll get you, promise. For your own worthless sake, I hope it wasn't you who broke into my bank account, else you're neck deep in sheep shit even more than you already are. If I didn't notice, did you? Just like I said, the wrong guy, the very wrong guy. So A, he's fairly tech savvy, and B, that slightly covers up the fact that we were, you know, slightly hacking his bank account. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of all the things now. So Juliet's timeline first, please. When I learned about Stelligan this morning and that 2 people have been killed, I felt devastated because I felt responsible. I have spent 5 years of my life at this university. I even organised a peaceful protest at the Stelligan campus, a second site protest. Assuming whether she, whatever, there's a conflict, so we'll see. It has been the centre of my life for a while, and to see terrorists pervert this place for FL reasons strike my heart, so I feel truly, truly sorry. We'll be back to that. This is a very messy web. I feel that that initiate could have gone somewhere else, but okay. Farmer couple suspected of fraud. Oh boy. Leading newspaper of the nation, fast, precise, honest. By Harrison O'Donnell. He published it under his own name, which, you know, makes sense, but not under the, what was it, media punk name. And we now have an actual real opinion for him, so. For the Time National Opinion column, he argues why the border to Parjas needs to be closed. Shut the border between us. Are you blind? Take a look at Trifliff. Situation seems to be escalating again. 2008 much. And just like then, the nation will let itself get dragged into the conflict. Just like then, the Pargesians will see nation not as a friend who does the best to de-escalate the situation, but as an opponent who invades and seeks cooperation through force. Safety of any citizen is of utmost importance. That has been the party's premise ever since 2009, and ever since it has been working like a charm. Until now, what was that conflicting with? Oh god, that's too many conflicts. Until now, some self-proclaimed benefactors in the opposition claim that borders are meant to be open to possible refugees. If I didn't know how we suffered already 9 years back, I would agree without a doubt. Would walk out there and welcome them personally with arms wide open. But I do remember perfectly well. Though my name isn't Nostradamus, let me foretell something. We will see a rise in acts of terrorism in the very close future. Who knows, maybe next week a bomb will go off in the middle of Farview or Bonton. Don't you pretend not to have been warned when that happens. Predicted assaults. That was strange. And you read the article as well, so you can shut up. Watergate Pharmaceuticals CEO both arrested for accounting fraud. Officers raided, internal documents as well as PCs and other electronic devices confiscated, and originating from a completely unrelated case sparked the investigation, suggesting they'd been manipulating their financial reports. Extent of fraud claims remain unknown, as does that face whether the executive power couple are directly involved in the allegations or were aware. Yes, that would be bad either way. Interesting. Wait, what the actual? The moment you open that dock, malicious code injection was detected. Wow! Hack attack! Okay, sorry. Nothing new, nothing new, nothing new, nothing new, nothing new, nothing new, nothing new. Should I stop now? Nothing new, nothing new. Writing on the wall. Hell yes, it is happening! Where's all of this going, and this is going reverse. Scroll to bottom, please. No, 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 no. Fucking no. The perfect safety of the individual is our ultimate goal. We have stated so before our election in 2009, and we will stay true to our promise. To be able to provide this, we will again greatly increase surveillance measures in the months and years to come. There's already a new concept in the works at the moment that continue to stretch our current technology, pushing our safety initiatives to a entirely new level. Is it called Orwell by any chance? Lady security. I cannot even find the words for how mind-bogglingly stupid the gov's plan is. Let's turn on our brains for a second and think, what do people value most these days? Freedom! Freedom Plaza. Freedom to say stupid things on the internet. Freedom to choose between trillion self-grown brands, walk around with the most ugly haircut ever sculpted. If safety is what everyone is longing for so much, go lock yourself in a barn, because taking risks is part of living your life, you idiots. Telling you the next step the government will take me to stop citizens from doing things before thought has even popped up in their heads. Minority Report. If there's any hope left for this country, it lays with its people, resembled by every freely thinking mind, every individual of this fucked up place that is willing to switch on their brains. Safety is a lie, nothing but a buzzword used to cause fear and take control from you. If you don't get that, you may as well turn into a remote-controlled zombie and say bye-bye to free will. People love staying blind. Grown really fond of the idea to start a band. This is a few years ago now as well. Called from Enemy of the State or The Most Wanted. Music is an excellent way to add the spice of emotion needed in order to make an important message stick in your mind. Let's put that up there. Lives in a trailer. More stereotypically antisocial. Wow. Run around naked, eat chocolate pudding from a diaper, insult your mum on timelines. It's mind-boggling how anything, no matter how mundane, will generate attention these days. As long as it's not normal, construct of a society that doesn't make sense by the way, and there's a camera around, you can be sure we'll hear about it. The ever-present cameras are one reason this site exists anyway. Right. Everyone loves the sound of click tsunamis in the morning. Okay, this is the peaceful protest that Juliet ran, wasn't it? Okay. Hell yeah, it is happening! After years, my plan is finally taking shape. It even has a name. Thought. Finally, a counterpart to the radical reigning of totalitarian surveillance. Am I glad to have a capable companion in this? One who came up... yeah, that works. Urge you to join us in our aim to unleash this pitiful, pathetic wannabe democracy of a country from its shackles. still have an unknown data chunk. What haven't I read yet? Oh, that might get us an address. One ugly place, but it's cheap. So, there's still something we haven't found though, because that, where was it? This one has conflict with something else we haven't found yet. So he founded a band called The Targets, is what it's eventually going to be called, obviously. Fairly obviously. When people went to this band, they seem to have got radicalised, for want of a better way of putting it at the moment. However, both he and one of the other co-founders, Juliet, were also both students at the university under the same professor in the same class, so there's that. Interestingly, everyone except him seems to have opposite opinion changes. Everyone else seems to have started Matt and become more activist. He has become less activist as time has gone on, based on what's presented. However, he is also writing in a national newspaper when he is presenting those less activist views, which means it may not necessarily be his actual opinion. The government is scanning all websites for potential threats, make people disappear that spread rebellious ideas. It's vital people like you should have the courage and write about this truth. I never fucked up, but you man should put on your tinfoil hat. I really like what you're doing here. I can relate to you being fed up with the gov so much. We must act now. Want to meet sometime, Hancock? On some occasions, I deeply question the purpose of the message page. This is one of them. Oh, hello. Dear Hancock. Hancock, even. By pure... Hancock? That's something else entirely. By pure coincidence, I stumbled upon your website. Frankly, your thinking and your attitude to get other people think alike left quite an impression on me. I am looking for people willing to join a debate club called The Fort, and I think your presence could really liven up a discussion. Regards, Goldfells. Okay, so it was originally a debate club. I'm not in a profile. How can it be the wrong profile? I feel a little confused now. Is this Fork a blog, activist group, or debate club? Perhaps all three. I like the idea. I want to start a band. What about the name The Targets? Sounds lame to me, Maria. Your articles suck. I'll go and write poetry instead. While he was staring at the flashing monitor in the dark. What is that? While he was staring at the flashing monitor in the dark, all alone in the room that he was allowed to inhabit by his parents' mercy, and only dressed in his dotted shorts that his mum had disposed this morning. He finished the words, "Your articles suck," with a strike of the enter key, and in that moment he was content, for he had never written anything more intelligent or relevant in his entire life. By the way, your grammar sucks. Yes, it does. Okay. I'd like to invite those who are interested to our newly founded debate club called The Fort. Primary discussion revolves around how people can be best made aware of a topic in the age of information overflow. Brainstorm and debate, discuss various options dependent on participation and interest level. We will perform practical exercises and test sessions for empirical research. That's why they started the protests. Meeting scheduled to take place every night at 7 PM sharp. Thursday night, take place at Cafe Chestnut on Silicon Campus. No registration, just come by. Also visit our blog online. Memes. If I'm a time after work, I might come round. We will have a wonderful guest join us at our meetings. Hancock has been theorising ways of political engagement, and so on. Concerned 1. My name is Nina, by the way. First few sessions were not exactly full, aka fucking empty. Last thing Abe and me are glad to do is give up hope. Glad if you would drop by next Thursday. Doesn't matter who you are, we don't really care if you're Stelligan. I'm not just a guy with ideas who maybe is lucky enough to realise some of them soon. Oh. Harrison. Harrison is very much starting to look... Another member we haven't even heard of. I will request clones. Green light. Wonderful. Hi, Nina. Just a quick count. That's 5 connections and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 connections. 2 of which are to have parents and so on. I'm just looking at who has the most connections here. You only have 3 connections. Harrison is very much moving towards the middle right now. Right, Nina. Concerned 1. We've seen that name before somewhere. Strange alias name. Yeah, no, we've been there. Blog. Okay. Concerned 1. Where did I see their post? Where did I see their post? Where did I see their post? No, it was on the... Fuck, it was on the, here. That's really inconvenient. Or was it on here as well? No. Okay, so we have to basically come to a decision over what we think here to move this along. And we still have an unknown data chunk, which is really unhelpful. I think he doesn't support. I think his articles in the paper are a front. I might be very, very wrong about that. But that's fine. I know this game has multiple endings. Anything else would come as a surprise. What, there's still more? Oh, crap. Here we are. Oh, right, this one as well. He talks a lot more than she does. At that point, I think she did it. She did it! I think she organised this protest. Because I think that's more... Fuck. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Freedom Plaza and Stelligan. It is a pattern, exactly as we suspected, but we still have no idea about the third location. You need to be diligent now. Lives might hang in a balance. In the worst case that we cannot determine the location on time, well, I might have to conduct an interrogation of Miss Watergate. I want to avoid it, though she's behaving pretty defiantly, I've been told. Looking at what you found so far, I might have enough information to put some pressure on her. Ah, and this is back. Wonderful. Overview. Is there anything new on the overview? Okay, he's got that back. Freedom is unfree. I'm sure I saw Concerned 1 commenting on here somewhere. Concerned one, there we are. Gotcha. I knew I'd seen you somewhere. Please reconsider. Guy hurt there was only a goddamn cop. Messed up organising something for Ford. What were you organising? Bet this goes both ways. Yes, she has a police record, very likely. What did she do for Ford that she might have messed up? That's a very good question. Metamorphosis? Published in July by Hancock. The fight for freedom will be carried into the streets starting today and Fort will be the spearhead. The government consists only of ass-kissing motherfucking turds. That's 2 out of 3 basically in favour of him being against the government. I think we're happy with that. The beauty of it is freedom of speech. Isn't it great that in this country I can say whatever I please and no one can hold it against me? It's just my opinion and you might disagree, you shouldn't because I'm right at that. But yeah, you may. And you may as well judge me to be an arsehole, and that is fine too. It isn't. As long as it will not have legal consequences for me. I think it's a great measurement of the amount of freedom in our country that as long as I'm able to write this and there isn't any government lackey taking that statement and reporting it to some superior, we are truly are free. George Orwell said, if liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. True that. That's true. The current course towards more and more surveillance, our state of the nation's slow metamorphosis, it is inevitable that this will change one day, and it's damn well possible that day isn't too far off at all. There must be a counterweight to this process, and the answer can only be that the thought no longer stays in our heads. No, we will carry it onto the streets of the nation, become transformed, and by that re-implanted back into our minds, an invincible idea that we shall always be truly free. He's the one. He took Fort's original idea and he turned it into the activist group, basically. And we know, yeah, like I said, concerned one. A great moment. I'm glad we finally get to action. Any plans where we will strike first? Who do you think I am? Of course I do. Hold a nice little proclamation where you're born. Oh dear. If I show you enthusiasm towards acquiring people's attention, it would be better to avoid Stelligan as a place of any demonstration for the moment because of the increased student fees. The atmosphere is heated up enough as it is. We might be able to get back to Stelligan later on. Quick question, Freaky or Night Bites? You're most likely to know, probably. Well, you're the people in chat, so yeah. The dev company that made this game, which country are they based in, please? Planned proclamation on a government building roof as first protest of Fort. I really think we need to strike into the heart of the everyday people to really cause a stir. We should go for storming a Bonton Mall. Is this... Yeah, this is Metamorphosis. So there... Although I know we want to get more people to join us, we should not discuss the matter here. There are eyes out there who might be malevolent towards us. Don't fucking say. Okay, nothing new down here. Knock knock, Harrison. The thoughts are free once again. We're not done yet, you and me, but first I must turn to another. That almost made no sense whatsoever. Is there something in here? Is being blackmailed by initiate about suspected involvement in the Bonton bombings. I wonder if this guy has any proof for what he claims. Is there any way to get in touch with him? I mean, we've got half access to his emails. You know, for a supposed all-seeing government surveillance system, it's not very good, is it? Where was it this one? You messed up organising. Is she organised that first protest in the Bonton Mall? That could have been what she fucked up. In addition, the bombings are targeting people. and a mall would be a busy place. So it sounds like Nina is the one who organised that. Something went horribly wrong there. And this is probably going to go badly wrong, but here we go. This Nina planned it, are you sure? A mall? That must be it then. This is where the third bomb will be. Dozens of malls, which one is it? Well, I don't know. Get this interrogation thing going. I'm actually located in the same facility where Miss Watergate is being detained. I will have her moved from an interrogation room and walk across to cover my identity. I will connect to her via an internal hardline. Let's just hope that what you have provided gives us enough leverage over her. I will open a connection for you to eavesdrop. After all, this is your case too. Plus, we need all possible info found in Orwell. Hold on. Please hold while we try to connect you. Great times. You can go fuck yourself. I already told the other guys everything over and over and over again. It wasn't me who hurt the officer. We have new evidence that states otherwise, which is why you are in custody. Again. That's not what this is about. We are investigating the bombings at Freedom Plaza and Stelligan. I just want to ask some questions. I'm reading this faster than it's appearing. Cooperation that might reflect positively. Want to frame me as well. Yes, we know. Yes, blah, blah, blah. We know you didn't trigger the bomb at Stelligan. Maybe not even the one at Freedom Plaza. Close contact with a group called Ford. They have nothing to do with it. I want to talk to my lawyer right now. You mean a boyfriend of yours, Joseph Langley? Well, we know... Duh, we know all the things. We know all the things! Also, you know they're busy being investigated for fraud. They kicked her out. Okay, that's interesting. They kicked her out over that. It's all over the news, that's true. You bastard! Leave them alone! They might be assholes, but still my parents. They don't deserve this. So they didn't help her to protect the business, they threw her out to protect the business. You have to go through that whole process again. It's going to drag on for a long time. And why did you get this supposed confession? I never did anything. Miss Carrington stated this in a conversation with you. Have you been spying on us, you dirty little government fucker? Well, I hope you also noted that she stated this happened in defence. Indeed, we did note that. That does mean you have nothing on me. That's very tricky. My colleagues didn't tell you that you've been assessed as potentially dangerous, did they? Welcome back, Freachy. In accordance with the safety bill, people being assessed as potentially dangerous may be held in custody for a very, very long time until they are deemed no longer a threat. So, because I... Oh, does it have it voiced? That's good. Could you talk slower, please? No, I'm complaining about talking so slowly. Because I got her assessed as potentially threatening, she's going to stay in here forever, basically. I hope you like your selling your cellmates, but... Cooperate and avoid this at once. Why are you doing this to me? Just answer my questions and I might be able to help. First went for Freedom Plaza demo. Don't know much about her plans. A person going by the name of Nina had plans to storm a mall. Do you know which one? A mall was mentioned once or twice. I think it was that huge place, the Circle Mall. The Circle. Your cooperation was noted, or will be dealt with in due time. Goodbye. That went Good. Thank God you provided valuable info. Unfortunately, I can't do much for it. It doesn't work like this. What's in Orwell is in Orwell, and acting upon it is in mandatory. This is supposed to be a test case, you told me. I know what you must think now, but would you rather not save these people? We did the right thing, you and me. Biggest mall of all bonds in the circle is our target. All hell will surely break loose once the report goes out, but I don't think we have a choice. Add the data chunk to Cassandra's profile, and I will inform the cavalry so they can do their job. What could possibly go wrong? Evacuation is in progress. Better keep our fingers crossed that we're right and not too late already. Now all we can do is wait. Sounds good. Juliet to... Esther to Juliet. Hello, honey. It's me again. Mom! I just heard breaking news on the radio. They're evacuating the Circle Mall. They also told everyone to avoid places around the mall. You best head home at once. Can't just leave work. You're overdue already. Is she working late? Okay, so she's going home. That's probably a good thing. We don't have an actual time, so we don't know what or anything. So what's taking so long? I think you did financial. A homemade explosive device has been found by local police units on the scene at the Circle Mall. When? We saved all those people. Your diligence was brilliant. I'm so happy. Next up, we will pull this Nina apart and find out who is really responsible for all this mess. Really great work. Get some rest. You deserve it. An explosive device has been found and disarmed at the Circle Mall in Bond. Oh yeah, Fucci. I think I said it when you were actually AFK. The company, the devs that made this game, where are they based? Bond. A sudden evacuation, thorough search. A device which has been identified as a homemade bomb has been found by police forces. Disarmed by specialists. Refused to comment. Suspected it might have been the bombing announced earlier by the letter. The previous thing. Basically, stay the fuck away. Okay. So we prevented that bombing, that's a good thing. I have questions. Firstly, who the fuck is Initiate? Secondly, who is Nina? I suspect Initiate is someone we already know. I'm just not sure who. Unless maybe it's Abraham Goldfells. That would make a certain amount of sense. Okay. Log out. Learn a bit more today. Okay, global new information. Another bombing occurred at Steligan University. An identical letter. Thought group has held 3 demonstrations, locations of which seem to match bombing locations. The group is inactive. Bombings may be the deeds of a single individual. And we prevented a bombing at the Circle Mall, which, you know, seems like quite a good thing. Harrison O'Donnell was a guest student at the Goldfells courses. He drops words. We know all of this because we've done it. That's sort of the point. We found evidence of her torturing someone else. Okay, that one was... Ignore that one. She cooperated during the interrogation. Nina, recruited by Harrison O'Donnell, aversion to law enforcement, protest in the mall was based on her planning. We most probably caught her lying about going out tonight. That's... Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And she said she was going home only after she knew that the device had been found. Okay. For time, we have an hour left today. Episode 3, Unperson. The hero returns! No, it's full fine, really. You deserve the credit. At least from me, because you'll never get a public one. Just to name your big imagine your name in big letters in that T&B article. This Nina character is the final member of Thought we don't have concrete information on. She is now a special interest. Focus on her, keep watching everyone else as well. Unknown person to Harrison. Hey! Forgot to charge my phone tonight, and yes, I had to do it the old-fashioned way. Really wanted to thank you for a nice evening. Haven't enjoyed myself so much in, well, ever. Only to be topped by that night, that is. I was hoping you'd drop by CCC and come pick me up tonight. We can cook together, maybe watch something, and who knows, continue where we left off. You in? I just realised I've never been to your place even after all these years we've known each other. Who was this thing? This was to Harrison, yeah. Figure you're hiding another love affair of yours there, probably your ex, one you've always been talking about ever so often when I was around, or this girl that's always yammering on about how she despised the safety. Belle Nina, I think. Come to think of it, for all that torment you owe me big time, so I really, really demand to come to your place. Love you, Marker, etc. So, who is Marker? I have questions. Who did this update? Nina, yeah. Why would someone oppose the safety bill? We have the lowest crime rate in years, or possibly ever. You and me have a job thanks to that bill. The only reason not to support it is if you have a dirty past. The situation as heated as it is, this sounds like someone we should have a very close look at. Full examination. All of the things, basically, yes. Investigators avert catastrophe. Do we have any information about the bomb itself? Special investigation unit. Last thing averted. Okay, nothing helpful there. Movie director sued by lead actors. Will we Overwatch? The plan, Breachy, is to play Stick Fight the game. Though depending on how long everything takes, we could also do Overwatch, and also, to be honest, after stream, if you want to play Overwatch, I'd be up for that. If we don't play it on stream. So, either on or off stream, I will happily play Overwatch with you after the talkie. But I think the plan was to play Stick Fight. That's part of the reason I picked it up. But yeah, so that's the thing. When does that event end, actually? When's the last date on that? Like, movie director sued by lead actors, only over breach of contract, post-production on hold, tense stuff. Boring. Back to the headlines, please, for your thing. Column author Harrison O'Donnell reflects on last week's article and calls on the citizens of the nation to show courage. So let's get something abundantly clear to begin with. I feel bad. I feel like a fucking moron, and rightly so. In last week's NO article... NO? Oh, National Opinion. I blabbered about how some bombs would soon go off in Bonton or Farview. At that time, just to advertise my point of view, I am truly sorry for everyone involved or affected by those terrible events. It was never my intention to ridicule or attack and trivialise. Well, if you've not been living under a rock, you must have heard that's pretty much exactly what went down. It's far beyond I hate to say it, but I told you so. Thanks to the efforts of our government and the safety bill, the latest attempt has now been prevented. Finally, a kick in the terrorists' butts. Tons of critical questions. How the hell is this possible to begin with? All this CCTV and new safety regulations, why spend so much money for mechanisms that don't protect lives as they should? No real suspect, not even in custody. It neglects one fact. People killing our swipes are among us. They are our neighbours, they are like you, like me, not certainly like me. Tough for cameras or other automated safety systems to recognise the criminal or terrorist before he actually commits a crime. They cannot look into houses and certainly, thankfully, cannot look into the soul of a passerby. We, the people of our great nation, must grow ever more vigilant. That's very patriotic. We must stand up for our safety alongside of high-tech security mechanisms, as those can only work in addition to our own perception. Let's not get intimidated and not back down to some shitheads thinking they can spoil our way of life. Report suspicious things going on as soon as you learn about them. It's your duty to the community, but mostly yourself. Loose lips can also sink terrorist ships. Okay, I do think he... So let's be clear, there is a difference between activism and terrorism. Goldfels originally was always interested in discussion and talk and so on. Harrison O'Donnell took that and turned it into an activist group, which is what the peaceful protests were. That has now escalated to terrorism. They are not all the same thing. So I do believe he condemns the things. Calls on people to take care of their own safe. Those two things are not the same. Maybe. I'm gonna upload that anyway. I might regret that. Oh, Concerned One was allowed to publish things. This one article. And we have a... Oh, I'll get to that in a moment. Indifference towards their own rights is a worse enemy than the government itself. We're in a state of war. When was this published? 2015. Okay. We're in a state of war against our own government. The declaration of war is the safety bill, the only gain of which is reinforcing the chokehold the party has on us. With this bill, they are screwing every single citizen of this country, yet most people are ignorant of this. Most people simply don't care about their rights being wrestled from them. Why bother when I have nothing to hide is their default excuse. They feel safe in their cosy houses while the government slowly pulls the muzzle to their forehead, ready to pull the trigger at any second. With our move on the crowded circle mall in Bonton yesterday, the first shots have been fired towards the lurking indifference among the populace. But they're merely warning shots. A friendly reminder, it's about time to take sides in this conflict. We cannot tolerate indifference. I was in shock when I heard of the events in the mall. How you in particular incited the crowd to directly threaten the visitors. No wonder he distanced himself from the room. Scaring people is convincing them, Abe. People will only care about things that pose immediate threats to their life or lifestyle. Your own words. What did you achieve then? By following your own argumentation. You just upset innocent bystanders in a time when they are already deeply unsettled. This is the exact reason they are so afraid and yearn for safety in the first place. You've just proven them and the government right. Abe condemns violence. He always did. He wanted it to be a discussion group. That's the point. It's taken his original idea and been perverted. Wasn't even enough. Okay. Can we all calm down a notch? Abe, you're totally right. We are fucking fire starters. We got a little bit carried away by the euphoria of getting our message out there. He's apologetic. Again, this is the thing. He was an activist. He was never a terrorist. Thanks for stabbing me in the back. Afterwards, they're clever and feel sorry about their actions, but still. Okay. No, wait, I forgot this one. Where are you, Nina? Hey, kiddo, you're absolutely fucking right. Swan God rightly. Call that evening mind-blowing, and of course I'll pick you up tonight. I like this more you're talking of, and I think I'm needed big time. But let's not stay at my place tonight. It's utterly unfit for... Plans to stay away from his home. Unfit for a lady like yourself. No lovers hidden there, only not so hidden leftovers and laundry. Especially not Juliet. I haven't heard anything about much in months. Well, we know that's a lie. I'm done with her because I'm with you now, my marker. And Nina, you mean anything will set me off? Angry outburst. Nina, she was my partner in crime a while ago. So to speak, that's it. Not going to copy that one. So, maybe, sort of. Angry outburst, Nina. That's interesting. I'm done with her because I'm with you now. Harrison. Julius and Harrison were together. That's news to me. Really? We haven't noted that already? Former relationship. It's been there for... that might be new, I'm not sure. He plans to be away from his house. That's relevant. Nina. Hey, Sylv. Hey, Nina. I wanted to ask if everything's fine. Don't worry, we're having a great time. It's taken care of even at Saturday. How are you feeling? Still shitty. I hate to say it, so don't hold it against me, okay? I'm fine. No, you're not. You always look so sad. Is she depressed? I'm not sure I'm jumping straight to that conclusion. I'm just wondering if she's also What's-Her-Face, but then she can't be because What's-Her-Face is in custody. I think you can rescue yourself. Someone will come to rescue you. Call you later. Okay. One related document found. There's an awful lot of singular. Oh dear. Continue to your profile. And we have a picture. Great to see you again. It's a good day to fall in love. This is your public profile. Everything is visible for every, etc. Right, so we have a picture. Bonton that narrows it down. Does that count? Do we care? Whatever. I'm not sure this is helping. No. Do we care? Height, that might be relevant actually. Identification, and for the same reason. Hiking, climbing, Asian food for beetles. Your opinions help us to compare yourself to potential matches. What are you looking for most? Financial stability. That could be important. Who doesn't need... Yes. She's striving to find that on her own accord, any reason she craves it particularly. Because that's a very specific thing to crave. How much interested in politics are you? Quite a bit, really? What degree of interest in which agenda? Like you say, that. If you turn a left hand...
No, God!
God damn it, Imp!
No, God, please,
Let me
no!
jump.
No! No!
That made me jump, that's amazing. If you turn a left-handed glove inside out, it fits. What is this question? Left-handed glove. I'm genuinely now trying to work this out. This glove has a hole in it, that's really unhelpful. We're not going to do that, it'll probably just make the hole bigger. God damn it, Imp. Okay, up we go. Your conversations. Conversation was started by Pretender 80. You seem quite nice. 34% match, good. You closed the conversation. Super Randy, 68% match. Just came across your profile, got stunned immediately by your striking beauty. I just had to message you. Blondie, seriously? Oh, that's like every single Tinder conversation ever. Why is Sam 87% match? Interesting profile, dying for more information. Asking what would be interesting in a first date, given that she doesn't like candlelit dinners. Molly Schwartz. We have a name. Fake name and Shukta Peculiar. Well, we don't know which one's a fake name. That could be the real name. Nina could be the fake. What does she actually say? I'm now curious. Ask me out for this local trainees place. I work wherever I find. Okay, temp work. So no stable employment. Small flat in between tons of industrial waste. You still with me? Someone special. It's his, okay, so she has a son. Single mother. Doesn't seem like the type to be involved with terrorist attacks. That's true, but then again. Nothing new down there. I actually need to fold up some of these. Let's close this one. We'll close that one. Close the timelines. Close the bank. Blah 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 blah. Right, that just. We'll close that one for now as well. We'll keep those two open. Still using Molly Schwartz as her name. Looking for, I'll come back to that. In both cases, you could write stuff, and stuff. There's something. Okay, never mind. Okay, we have a new photo of her. Quite a good employee from the looks of it. Can provide the following. Registered since November. That tells us where she might be working. Work easy star. 1,202 jobs taking. That's works long hours and weekends. That's a thing. Look at us working on the weekend. It's different, of course, when you're single. That's true. We have an email. Thank you. That conflicts with something somewhere else. Just as the Prime Minister leaves, the weather is getting even shittier. Has worked in multiple jobs during the current week. Suggests she was somewhere else at some point. Something does. Okay. Prime Minister cancels crisis meeting and instead visits Parge's capital. Plan to lead renewal of stalled negotiations. Surprising shift of priorities. I don't suppose there would be anything new on here. It would have notified us anyway, so okay.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
I haven't dropped any frames, Snipe Bites, so that I can't help with, unfortunately. Now that you found Twitch. Oh, God. Right, great, Preachy, just great. Office of Dr. White to Nina, dear Miss Matt. How many fucking names do you have? Writing on behalf of Dr. White. Okay, I haven't dropped any frames at all. Since I dropped 12 earlier, but I remember that I mentioned it at the time. So I haven't dropped anything recently. Yeah, I would say it's an out. Yeah, I would say it's she has more than so far one more than anyone else. Yeah, Twitch's output servers must be having some sort of fuck up. Blood sample, no pathological findings. Patient number. Find me all the documents. We have something in here we haven't picked up. Okay, we can disable that one. Is it showing up again yet? Is it? Am I here? Am I alive? Hello? Yes? No? Ah, panic! I'm good. Am I alive? We're here? Good. You may need to refresh the screen. Okay. Just that. There we are. And there we are. Okay, you may need to refresh the page to see things. But that's fine. Central Medical Database Entry 3. Patient name, we've got that one. Date of birth. No, that's more specific, that's fine. The question is, which do we think is her real address, or which has her real name? Complains about pain through the thigh leg, left thigh and upper leg, pain after sewing, burning, sometimes bursting, feels numb at times, symptoms occur whenever stressed, released only when sitting or lying down, symptoms 9 days ago. Asked the patient regarding the healed wound on her left upper leg as no medical record existed. She was evasive and gave no clear statement about the wound's origin. Cicatrix on the thing, palpitation of the leg, tenderness, warmth of touch, former deep wound in dorsal left upper leg, femur sinistra. So if she hates the police, is it because she was a victim of police brutality or something at some point? Or hey, welcome back, Emp. Injury on my left leg. Awesome. Thank you, Twitch. Is there anything from Twitch? Nothing recently, no. Yeah, try doing a refresh. You might just need to do that. Info might come in handy. So she's been suggested with her medical leave with strict rest. However, I haven't picked an address yet at Nightbites. I'm still just like, Because it depends on which you believe her real name to be, and I suspect it is probably this one, but I haven't decided yet. Let's look at this phone call first, I want to see. Hey, little Jewelbug. June, it's so great to hear from you. That was one of her sisters, I think? Yep, sisterly chat. How do you know I was Yeah, well, how do you know I was working today? Annual sisterly chat. I forgot you actually know me. Feeling stressed, boss causing trouble. Hanging around in the office is a good excuse to not be at home. Never got why you moved back. So she prefers not to be living at home, but she doesn't want to move out. Not better than nope. Sorry, I had a pretty rough start into this year. I couldn't really stand being alone at the time. Much better now, but Mum, Dad, they're so happy I'm back. I don't want to disappoint them. Again, you've disappointed them before. Okay. Ongoing conversations, please. Give him a good fight. Won't believe me. Goody, so I think. Office, empty office, long to-do list. I will call you again. Do not try to reach me. Just kidding. June, yep. Thank you for believing in me. Funnily enough, that sounds suspicious. You let my subscriber sound. I believe in you. And over. Okay, so if we scroll down. Annual sisterly chat. Yeah, that's fine. That's just new people. We already knew you had sister. How did you know I was working on a Saturday? So she works extra long hours, basically. What else do we have? Pretty rough start. That could be interesting. Rough starts motivate people. And that's when she ended the relationship. Troublesome relationship with parents. Who doesn't here, apparently? Okay, so we've got a new nickname and some stuff. Right. She says, industrial quarters here. Where does this say? Ponson Road 5. I have no idea what that is. But there was... where was... Wait, what have I missed? Oh no, that's just... Oh wait, no. Oh, right, previous entries. I missed this. Gastroenteritis. Patient reports permanent unrest, inability to sleep properly, gets up 5 to 12 times a night, but does not feel overly tired. Hypervigilance. Experiences heavy tremors. When was this? This was... I didn't realise there was older pages, so that's... Oh, one person. My bad, because I'm a spoon. Ask for duration. Hypervigilance is close to... Yeah, but not quite the same thing. It began over 3 years ago. Something happened 3 years before... 2011. After the Safety Act and the election by 2 years. She refused to talk about the symptoms. Okay. Tends to react aggressively when feeling challenged or confronted. Strongly advised to attend psychotherapy. Right, now wait, I was looking for... We don't want that one. We want this one. Conversation with you... Where was it? I live in a small flat in between tons of industrial waste. And Central Medical Database, industrial quarters. I'm going with that one on that basis because that's what she's mentioned the most. An address is also always helpful. I'm going with that one because I think it's most likely. What just happened? Panic! No, wait, I've missed something somewhere. What have I missed? Oh, wait, no, we need to decide whether she was, where was it? Entry 3. This one. What I think happened is that she was working through it anyway because she's trying to support her kid. So I am going to go with that one. She's a single mother. That's working a lot overweight. Does that account for, or perhaps limit her ability to trigger the bombings? Cleaning, groundskeeping for the city. Was she cleaning in Freedom Plaza? She was employed by the city, basically, or a city contract or whatever. Cleaning and groundskeeping. Was she working in the plaza at the time? Hello, initiate. Knock, knock. Huh? You've got to ask who's there. I'm not in the mood for not jokes. I'm someone who knows you better than you know yourself, sweetie. Contact of 2 people so far, this should be enough. Feel free to investigate, but keep the focus. Okay. Oh, not again. You're from Singular, right? Don't care how you got my number. Not just leave me alone. That's not where I'm from. User has blocked this communication. Lol. Oh, no. Can't block an issue out like that, sweetie. Buzz the duck / fuck off. Lol. If you listen to me just for a moment, alright? Then I'm all gone. Poof. I don't care what you have to say. See, I know about your little band of troublemakers, and I really dig it. The gov needs a kick when the sun don't shine. That's alright with me, sweetie. But bombing people, that's plain wrong. Bullshit, how come you think that was one of us? Been watching all for some time. Bonton bombs hit places where your outlaw posse has been to in the past. Nowhere you did not hear about that. Even the cops seem to have found out at least something. They knew where to look for the last bomb. Give me a reason to. I know you like to put that consciousness of mine at ease. I would want to help you, not turn you in. How dare you threaten me? You got nothing. Yolanda, amigo! Pulp Fiction for the win. I said I want to help after all, not threaten you. I'll show you I can be trusted. I'm going to hack that precious page of the party and upload a special something. It's going to be easy with those party being guys. He dares? Wow. IT guys are going to make short work of this rookie. It's going to be easy with those party IT guys being lazy bones as long as they don't see it coming in the next few secs. But then you'll answer my questions. Don't give me 2 secs while I get to work. Just don't go away. If I could get away from you now, I would. Can't switch my phone off now. That's a nice looking firewall you have there, dear party work team. It'd be a shame if someone would just bypass it. The thing is, if I do protect it, it basically tells him that we're watching. doing this still gives me the chills, and I need to distract myself somehow, so... Almost done. Just a second longer. What the heck? He knows! Oh shit, man. They reinforced a huge gaping loophole. It just vanished. It's almost like somebody warned them. Yeah, whatever. Goodbye, initiative. It's initiate and wait. I'm going to spam you for the rest of your days if you don't answer my questions. Helpful. I'm not... Scroll up. I'm just going to grab the... do you think it's someone else in Thoughts? With Band of Misfits, never. Harrison is the only guy I could remotely imagine doing anything like that. Wait for it. Wait for it. Harrison had an interesting Cassandra because she could access big money through her parents' company. Otherwise, she is mostly a spoiled brat who thinks the world owes her. I'm going to wait before I do anything with that information. Juliet was a bit shy, but damn good at organising stuff, but not capable of going terrorist, if you want me. We're getting all the beans now. You know what? I think it's the government themselves behind the bombings. That's an interesting one. It does seem about accurate from what we've seen of her, to be fair. You know, since 2011, all the electronics devices must have unique IDs. They look like this and it's not even secure. That looks like the code labelled on my PC. Well, that's because it is. What? We'll get right back to that one. No, I only access the number remotely. Nothing more, you deserve some privacy. Fuck off, first you threaten me and now worse. I suspect worse is coming shortly. Well do, initiate recognises when his help is not wanted. If only you finally were session closed. Scrolling up, first of all. Harrison is the only guy you could remotely imagine, but she doesn't, so never mind. This one, however, I'm not going to upload that one. I will, however, upload that one. Explain the troubles in the Watergate's books if Cassandra's stealing. Good at organising, which makes sense. Like I said earlier, she works in PR. That is literally her job. She has to be good at organising things. And we'll add that Nina herself suspects the government behind it. Who are you connected to right now? You're only directly connected to Harry. Okay. Of course, the government will bomb bonds into bits to justify surveillance before. I've seen that, I've heard that a million times by now. Every time something happens, there is nothing to these conspiracy theories. You would say that. PC unique identifier number. What does that go as? Thank you. Upload complete. Oh, very good. You found the device UID. Every device in the nation has one in accordance with the safety bill. We can use the insider tool to connect and see what user has on their device. It must be running and have an online connection. Sweet. I love hacking people. Timelines. Harrison's timeline. Yeah, that's fine. I think most of you, my very loyal followers, my friends and fiends, have never actually heard that I'm writing for TMB, but yeah, that is the thing. Look here. Yep. This is why you kept quiet here for so long. Congrats to that. What the hell? The big revolutionary himself. A lackey to one of the most pro-fascist, pro-surveillance bullcrap newspapers. Peter. I know what you mean. I feel you. When the TMB called me to ask if I was right for them, I laughed for 30 minutes. Called me again to let me know I could write whatever I want. No strings attached. I can swear and do frequently. Now I got the attention and reach I always wanted. An article like that, you could not be any further away. He was telling people they should be looking after themselves, basically. How could that not be? Okay. Anyway, desktop. That must be your kiddie. Hold on. Oh, right, no, that's just telling me there's stuff in here we haven't found yet. Ms. Schwartz, glad to inform you I'm indeed able to meet your request. Please be present at 4 PM. Not easily. There we are. What did I say? What did I say? I have a request on short notice. Would it be possible for me to take over the Freedom Plaza shift on April 11th and 12th from 4 to 8 instead of the one at Nolan Square? She asks to be moved there. Literally asked to be moved there. Numerous applications. Another applicant who fits the position slightly better, but we have her number, so who cares whether she got the job or not. Thank you for that. And that was another one to give her her number. Thursday, that was the day of the second bombing. That was the first day, basically. Okay. Could you... Oh, what? Okay, no, we're just uploading it. One thing to search for vaguely associates two locations, sort of. I wouldn't go so far to say that's... Okay, maybe... Whoa, what? I just clicked on the thing. You don't have a problem with kids being a centre of my life, do you? Not at all, but you'll have to go and change your name first. We already knew she was child-centred. Single mother trying to make ends meet. Primary motivation, and it's admirable. A woman does not mix with terrorists. That's true, yes, exactly. Michael. Wasn't trying to go that far, thanks, but... Army veteran, there we are, PTSD from an army time. What is this uploading? Yeah, just information. That explains her PTSD. And there will be records for that, so... An apology and an offer from Goldfells. I'd like to offer you my sincerest... Apologies, it was not my intent to announce you in front of all members of the fort, or basically everyone. After all, what we do or say persists on the line. I should be more considerate. Instead of passing judgment on you, I'd like to offer my help. For my impressions, I'd assume you were someone whose life so far has been troubled, to say the least. But it might not seem obvious, I have a rather moving background as well. As they put it, it might takes one to know one. I'd suggest we have a talk about how we might assist each other best. So first of all, they know each other. And second of all, email address. Oi. Oh wait, no, wrong profile. Second of all, email address. Thirdly, do not read. I guess he disregarded the subject and went directly to reading this embarrassing email nonetheless. I knew you would. Never written text like this in my entire life. Our backpacking trip has been okay. Brilliant and amazing. Best ever. Not due to the sun, even though it was blazing all 10 magnificent days through. Not due to rocky coastline. Due to you being there with me every single second. Who's this from? I presume this is from the baby father. When was this sent? 2008. This was a long time ago. Oh, wrong profile. So this is where she gets Schwartz from. She's using her boyfriend's last name, and there was something I saw. Like her alias, isn't single after all? Where was it? This one. It'd be really funny if your name was... If we were to marry her children, it'd be really funny if my name was Molly. And you like Nina as a name, oh, why Molly? Desmond says to Molly, girl, I like your face. What? She was a Beatles fan, of course, and that's the thing. I don't know the Beatles well enough. But that's where she got her... That's where she got her name from for that, basically. Okay. Wait, hold on. Was that new? No. Okay, I'm not sure why that was a thing. Okay, so she has an army record. That's not really a comment. It suits her. Yeah, it sort of does. That's not really current. We'll go with that one for now because it's actually current. Rank Sergeant. Wait. Combat Engineer as in Explodies. Hold on. So. Specialization Combat Engineer. Medals. She had a Bravery Medal. Long way from being such an honourable person. That's true. Enlisted. Basic Combat Engineer training, etc., etc. Dishonourably discharged from military service in 2011 with 3 months of confinement for being absent without leave for voluntary return. Severe punishment. Same level as any other previously convicted felon. Well, I do know that now. The Nation. Ah, we actually have a map now. That's useful. So Kerberos is a mission to do emergency evacuations. So Parger's peacekeeping mission, open channel, terrorism. As you are, she was in Parger's. Okay. Drug inhibition. Oh, it's basically a Mexico. Gentry and flood aid. Tasked with infrastructure maintenance. Hold on. That conflicts with something. Was it this one? Memorial? There he is. That's why she has PTSD. Where was he? Together, baby happened. He gets killed on active duty. Army mission sanctioned by the current government. That's why she hates them. Doesn't say which one was 2011 though. Was that when we returned to Parger's? That one, tasked with mine clearance, which requires extensive knowledge of explosives. Or infrastructure maintenance. Fuck, which one of those is it going to be? Could be either. Almost has to be the mine clearance. But... given how much we've seen about the peacekeeping stuff, I'm going to say it's that one, and it may well end up regretting it, but it gives her the necessary reasons to hate the government and the knowledge about explosives. And extensive information about current events suggest everything. Who are you listening to? And where? Ah, there we are. Okay. Hello, how's it going? You feeling better? Yay! Somewhat. I'm spending the whole last week in bed. I can still bring Michael around road. Do you want? No, thanks. I'm not sure if she's lying about that. I'm gonna pick him up an hour or so. That be okay? So Sylv is looking after the kid when this sounds heavy rain all over again. I'll pick Michael up from the corner. Orchard Drive, wasn't it? Great, thanks again. See you in an hour. See you, Nina. That's not helpful. A new rating you have just had left. Oh, that's going to go badly. Miss Schwartz did an 3 out of 5. Miss Schwartz did an okay job at the Circle Mall. She seemed a little distracted though, and ultimately quit for not feeling well after 8 out of 10 planned work hours. She was there. She wasn't there at home. She's been everywhere. She worked at the bombing site at the right time. Whereabouts are clarified, not looking good. Knowledge might have helped Matanova build the bombs. Oh dear. She went to see that she turned the computer off. Hold on, what was that? Doesn't matter, I can't read it. Now we know where she's going to be. That might play a role later. Okay. Actually, what's the time right now? Okay, I actually need to be finishing. I have things to do. Oh, crap. Just came home. I left the PC switched on this morning. The security app popped up with a million warnings of outside intrusion. Pulled the plug. Sounds like you fixed the problem then. He said you sent him my way and now he's hacking my goddamn PC. This guy's a nuisance. Lol. Haven't you got your hands dirty lately? Is this going to be a confession? Need to get out of here before the cops are a current fugitive. Oh dear. She's what? We cannot let our main suspect. Bye, have fun. I've already got that information, so... Oh dear. Nina calling Julia. She's got connections to everyone, hasn't she? Welcome to Losentech. Oh hey Julia, thank God you're working right now. I called your mobile but couldn't get a hold of you. Do people really talk this slowly? You know, I'm all alone here catching up on work. Is everything okay? Listen, I don't have much time. Psycho coming for me. He's been stalking me for days. Oh, you fucking liar. Well, sort of, and I mean, this shit is a bit weird, but what? Do you know somewhere safe that my son and I can lay low for a while? It's really quite satisfying, slightly creepy knowing that they're just having this conversation. There we are. Pretty something is listening to my calls. Lol. Might be listening right now. Hi. I mean, it's not me, but. Okay, let's get you out of. I already knew where you work. To be honest, you know that's not new. Oh. Armed, dangerous, with PTSD. She's gonna get herself killed. What? He spotted me! He knew I was climbing out of the window. How? Hi. You're still talking to each other. I mean, you've only one possible way. Oh, here. I lost connection to the officers at the scene. What? I need my connection back now. Finally. Successful. Target didn't make it. Shootout after the first shots. The team returned fire. Told them to go in aggressively, which is... Who is writing at the worst possible time? Please could you check the mail? I'm truly sorry for having drawn the investigator's attention to you, but frankly, you still overstepped the boundaries of our agreement. Bombs were meant as a warning to those who are indifferent. A beacon of remembrance to our message that the thoughts must always be free. They were not meant to kill. Once again, you disappoint. Wow, I did not see that one coming. I did not see that one coming. Hold on. Do we have his emails specifically anywhere? No. Wow, I did not see that one coming. Oh, wrong part, wrong bomb thing. Not mean to kill them, but no, I don't really honestly believe that. I haven't dropped any more frames. I don't know why it's doing that. So... Firstly, the stream is going to end here, for now. Interesting things happened today. Yeah, it's Twitch and it's just fucked up. I will talk through it anyway. I mean, the VOD will hopefully still be there at the very least if people want to go back and see the specific stuff. We saved the Circle Mall, we investigated Nina, we found out basically everything about her. She took her gun on her way out and was killed by the team trying to arrest her. We don't know who the initiate is yet. We did stop him hacking the party website. Abraham Goldfell's motivated Nina to do the bombings, but supposedly at least didn't intend him to kill anyone. So that's what has just happened. So now we need to find Goldfell's, and we still don't know who Initiate is. Okay, so firstly, I am liking the soundtrack on this, and I might have to get the soundtrack. But that was abrupt. Right, so first of all, in a couple of hours, just under now, about 8 o'clock, we'll be starting our evening Beyond Insanity, followed by probably Stick Fight the Game. That is the plan. Tomorrow afternoon is going to be Elite Dangerous, basically all day. There's a new update. I haven't streamed it since the update. We have lots of things to do. There are wing missions, there are engineering, there's all sorts. Monday, we're continuing Hollow Knight, because there's lots of long way to go for that. Tuesday was planned to be starting Subnautica. However, I now need to see how this game ends. So Tuesday, we will be continuing Orwell until we finish it. That's basically what's happening there. Wednesday, I will be playing Surviving Mars. The embargo lifts on Tuesday, but everyone's going to be streaming it on Tuesday, so I'll give it a day. So I'll be streaming that on Wednesday evening to take a look at that and see what is up. On Thursday is my regular evening off, so I won't be streaming that. Yeah, I know, right? Short hair. It's horrible. I hate it. Yeah, it's fine. Thursday is, like I said, my regular evening off. Cool. So I might watch that. I'm lying. I'm not going to watch you stream that Night Bites because I don't want the spoilers. Yeah. If you're enjoying this and you don't mind spoilers for other stuff and you whatever, go watch Night Bites. But yeah, Friday next week we'll be back to the regular Twitter votey things because we've sort of exhausted the things that we've been doing specifically. And this week it will be a vote between Secret World, Conan, Stellaris, or Overwatch. Vermintide will also get added to that regular list, but because we played it on Friday, it will be off that list this week, and then next week it'll be back on the list and whatever we play this Friday. So there's 5 games, and it's self-obvious. Next Saturday, the plan is... My phone is vibrating at me. Let's stop being silent now. Next Saturday, I had a very specific something I was going to play, and I have no clue what it was now, so I can't remember. I'll make it up as I go along. It might be more Surviving Mars. We'll see how that goes on Wednesday, see how close to everything is dead I am. But thank you very much, everybody, for coming to stream today. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you to Sky High Drinks for that €55 host. Thank you for having me on your auto-host list. And thank you to... When did that happen? Chaos Cat hosted me with 27 viewers earlier, and it never... Did it? Was I AFK at the time? I never saw that happen. I'm sorry, Chaos. I never saw your host. And also thank you very, 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 very much, Night Bites, for the sub thing. I don't know if it was. Thank you either way, Night Bites, for the subscription. It's awesome. Basically, thank you. As for now, we're going to throw a little bit of a host across to someone. That went well. Let's go and throw a host to... Let's throw a host to Ico Backer today. Ico Backer is current... Unless you've got a time machine, that content is unavailable, really. Might have struggled trying to throw a host across, but no, there we are. We're throwing a host across to Ico Backer. He's currently playing Elite Dangerous. He's currently in an Anaconda by the looks of it. And so on. And thank you, Imp, for coming. We've missed you. But for now, everyone go and say hello to Ico. He's, like I said, streaming Elite Dangerous, and he is... I have no idea what he's actually doing. Something. And hopefully Twitch will be working better by later this evening. For now, have a good evening, everybody. I'll catch you in a couple of hours. Bye-bye!